Tonight, we're bringing this week's flight sim news that thanks to SayIntentions, we check out the 146 Professional update from Just Flight, we preview the brand new Wanaka Region for 2024 by NZA Simulations, then it's over to the PlayStation, yes, that thing, as we check out the sim. Hello, everybody, happy Wednesday. Welcome to the middle of the week, the halftime show, the midweek shuffle. Welcome to the news. Right, now, I was to do something yesterday and I had a terrible night on Monday night. The man flu came back, second wave of an attack, right? So we had to kind of fall back to the place of Lemsip, curled up in the bed. But now today I'm actually not going too bad. Brilliant. But it meant I spent most of the day yesterday in a hoop feeling sorry for myself. As I do. I was very sorry for myself. But we're back in action today. So I'd like to welcome you all in. Hope you had we're very loud over there. Hope you had a great couple of days. Why is me mic so loud? Jesus. You think that's loud, right? But anyway, hope you're all keeping terribly well. Hope, as I said, you had a lovely Tuesday, right? I've been busy, despite, not being 100%, but looking forward to tonight. So, yes, we are going to bring you up to date with all the news making the headlines for our beloved flight simulators. And we'll be checking out this thing. Just Flight's 146 Professional, newly updated, native to 2024, and I've 9 pages of change logs, so there's quite a bit to get through with this. Also a big, massive shout out to NZA Simulations. We're chatting to the lads over the last couple of days, Wanuka and all the divil, and they were like, we're making that again, but this time it's for 2024, and wait till you see the state of what you're going to be able to get in a couple of days from NZA. It's the whole Wanaka region, and I'm very excited because we're going to be using it in an upcoming stream where we go off and learn about the sort of trouble I'll get up to in a couple of months' time, you see. And not only that then, since we were last here, I was having issues getting the PlayStation to talk to a capture card and the audio. Do you remember? Do you remember? How could we ever forget, Murphy, the Stadia? Yeah, well, listen, right, but I think I have it all sorted and looking grand now, right? So we'll see how we get on with this one. But it's certainly been a mad couple of busy days in the flight sim space. When we talk about the add-ons being released, of course, we're seeing the Quasar, we're seeing previews of the upcoming PMDG 737-8. It's all kind of kicking off, but we've a fair bit of stuff there now, right? Let's get into it, shall we? Who's here in the chat? Who's rambled in? Oh wait, update on my painting situation. So, The kitchen is pretty much done, right? Except for the doors. Took the doors off to paint the doors, and they're taking ages to dry. Now work starts on the sitting room. Oh, Jesus. So that's now roof, ceiling painted, and it's just... You don't want to know, right? But it's getting there. It's getting there. And I had to order... Very strange. The postman must have... what are you getting next, Murph? Right? I got an Alexa Dot gadget, because my own ones are getting slowed. The Echo, right? They're like, what do you say? Say it again. Well, I can't deal with that. You're supposed to be smart. Just respond. Right. So we got new lights for the kitchen. They were delivered. Do you know the springy thing on the back of your door? Do you know if you open a door and if there isn't a springy thing there, the door just hits the wall and ruins your skirting board? If you had a skirting board, this house... But anyway, there's now a skirting board, and I had to order those back of the door spring thingies. Now, what could you possibly name them? One might... A doorstop. No, that's a hodor. They're not called a doorstop. There's a fancy name. Door holding apparatus. Save your skirting board from getting bashed. Implement. Right. So I got some of them delivered today. And... handles. I got some new door handles. Brilliant. Oh, Jesus. There's things going on here that, who, what, why, but anyway, we're getting through it, lads. That's what I have to put up with, you know what I mean? Usually it's all grand. I can just work on my flight sim stuff and aviation and training and learning and, you know what I mean? No, not for the last couple of days. And then I was sick on top of all of it. It's been an absolute, it's been a mountain. Yes, it's been a mountain, but we're on the far side, running, falling, rolling, screaming down the far side. And then you kind of realise, there's like 22 sleeps to Christmas. Right, now, Bijani then, it's all kicking off. We call a skirting board a baseboard. See? Right. What do you call the gadget that goes behind your door to stop the thing from moving? When you were a kid, you used to play with them and you used to get shouted at. Could you just... You know the ones I'm talking about. Do I have one here? No, I'm not going to show you that. It's going to look weird. But right, that's what they're up against. But anyway, you're all very... a door boinger. They're called door stops, Murph. I don't think they are. You try and Google that and they come up with the door stops like hold the door, hodor. Right. But anyway, all is well. A boingy gym. Yeah, you got a boingy gym? That could have worked. Imagine going into the shops. How are you? You wouldn't have that kind of thing that goes boing. In fact, hang on. That would have worked in Ireland. You could have walked into any hardware store in the country and said, how are you? Come here for a second. Do you have the yoke that goes boing behind the door? Jeez, we do. And your man will bring you down to the shelf where they all are. We explain things with sound here in Ireland, except when it comes to food. Unless, of course, it's steak or fish. Don't know what sound could you make for fish? Spring door stops, if you want to get technical. Spring door stop, according to Amazon. Oh, look at the lads. And their fancy vocabulary in which they can use and utilise. Yeah, well, Simple Murphy here couldn't figure that one out at all. But anyway, you're all very welcome in. It is that of winter, although it's kind of mild-ish. 7 degrees here in Tipperary at the moment. But let's see how the day goes, right? It's due to get cold on Thursday. So tomorrow... Oh, no, wait, that's tomorrow. 1 degree tomorrow. In the single digits. What? That'll be cold now, lads. But anyway, let us ramble in and say hello and good evening to everyone who has taken the time out of their own lives to join us here as we do a kind of a collection of all the news and some new features and add-ons and stuff currently on the way. Right. So, let me see. Buttons over here, yes. Who's here? Look, CP65. Happy Wednesday. Good to see you, buddy. Vacuum is in the house. Tima, welcome aboard. Eddie, good to see you, Eddie. 4 months, buddy. Thank you very, very much indeed for your subscription. Fierce Wolf, looking fierce. And Wolfie, welcome in, buddy. Eamon, 1973. Hello. Mrs. TPHI, upside down. Pause for effect. You're very welcome in. Commander Bolosh is here. Good evening. Creo, hope you're well. And hello to everyone in County Mayo. What's it like in Mayo tonight? Now, let me see. Airlock Doc is here. On tonight's news, Murph tells us how he survived the apocalypse and how Mrs. Two-Tone is the bestest wife ever. She really is. She had to go hard at the old Vix again on me last night. Oh, Jesus, right? Last night, the night before it was worser. Got into the bed and had a fit of the shakes again. I was like, I don't believe this. I was still awake at 4 o'clock Tuesday morning. And I was supposed to be getting up at 6 to go up the... It wasn't going to happen. But yes, no, she's an absolute... a living saint and legend. So she is. And yeah, very much... I'm not an easy patient. I'd be the first to say it. Everything's drama, you know. Ah, look! The clouds, they're not the right shape today. What a disaster. Oh, the whole world... Right, that's me, you know. On a normal day, well, not really a normal day, but you know what I mean. Malky, good evening. Kira, good to see you. Mac Vision is in the house. Welcome in, lads. Spitfire, RF 100. Happy Wednesday. Gar Gaming, hello to all from Galway. Hope you're well, buddy. Airlock, thank you for 20 in a row. Legendary. Mac Vision, indeed. Oh, look, he showed me a fish, a tricky fish. Viber Strike, good to see you. Any news of getting carpenting lessons? Yeah, what? I could do a carpentry lessons. You want to see what I did to the stairs? So, you know, this is turning into freaking DIY. But you know, are they called trestles or are they called spindles? Do you know on your stairs you have a banister, right? But the lads that go on up the banister, spindles. Let's go with that. Anyway, for me to secure said spindles, I brought out the DeWalt drill. Right, out with the drill, and I said, right. You can only see it if you go looking for it, but it is very sturdy now, you know. Yeah, a carpenter would have vomited in his own mouth. Assidious, good to see you. Shuffle Shoes shuffles in. AJH, hope all is well. Belbro is here, good to see you, buddy. APU Inspector, happy midway to the weekend. Absolutely. Tarnish Mossman, 3 in a row. Yeah, baby. Good to see you, buddy. Cyrus T, the man of teal, has graced us with his presence. Good evening. Mr. Minimite is here. Evening, Murph. Finally made the switch from Xbox to PC, and oh my God, it is stunning. Yes, it is. And welcome to the PC place. The 9th place. PlayStation 3, the 3rd place. PC, the 9th place. Let's just roll with it. Let's roll with it. But yes, welcome aboard. North Coast Mike is here. Good to see you. Filthy, very welcome aboard. Looking well, fella. Idle Cutoff is here. Cambridge calling. Cambridge. Hello from Tipperary. Hope all is well. Cracker 1963. A very good evening to you. Old Veteran 965. Scott. He says, Happy News Day to you all. No, he doesn't. To y'all. Yeah, all right. That'll get you slapped in the face in Texas. Hope all is well. And is it 22 wake ups till Christmas? That's interesting. You talk about wake ups, I talk about sleeps. Interesting. Hope you're well, Scott. Stu Snape is here. Evening, Murph. Hope the medication for growthing is in the post. Wait, what? The hand growing ointment. Yeah. Thanks to you, yeah. Sai120, good evening. Kill Switch is here. Sun Jammer. He says, tonight we find Murph is the Irish representative of the flight sim cartel that causes all of us to spend money to pay for the Illuminati of Simmers. Yes. For 10%. Eddie, I hope you're well, buddy. Growth medication. Yeah, no, hang on. No. Let's not go down that road now. Finn C, good to see you. Krabby One is here. Corn Wolf, good evening. Who brought the Strepsils? Tried to get Strepsils or Lockets or Halls Soothers. Couldn't get any of them down my parish. But yeah. Faku, good evening. Nightsep is in the house. A very good evening to you, sir. Hope you're well. In the Impossible Face, I brought a hazmat suit. Wait, what? I'm off to Glasgow at the weekend. Jesus. A hazmat suit. Just over the cold. Jamau Moo, welcome aboard. Hermit Something, a very good afternoon to Boston. Hope you're well, buddy. Filthy, thank you for 20 in a row. Robert J56, good evening. Stick Figure is here, 39 months. Where did I go wrong in my life, he says. 39 months ago, you know, you turned on the television, Twitch, and you said, follow. And that, my friend, well, that was the start of your just downfall, utter downfall, you know. In another 10 years, you know, you'll look back on it and laugh. It'll take 10 years though. But anyway, hey Crotty, good to see you, buddy. Spent the last 24 hours getting the Authenticator app. Oh Jesus. Oh yeah, man, I've been there. Muse Fan is here, bursts in the door with his elbow. He says, how is his mad jokes is? Happy hump day. Good to see you, Muse. In other news, CP says, if you plan to buy an AMD CPU or GPU, now's the time to do it before the prices go up. Jesus. Goblin Zeus, good evening. Soaring AJ. AJH man, hope you're well. A Crotty, indeed. Liptorius, good evening. A very snowy Colorado. Ooh, nice. Now let me see. Norse Viking is in the house. Enzi, welcome in, buddy. Good evening from southern Germany. Hello from Tipperary. You're most welcome. Mech Manser's here. Good to see you. Doc Nader, good evening. Mr. Dan, hope you Tivoli. Let me see here now. Just Roy. Good to see you, Roy. Apache's in the house. Photos by Kev. Merry Christmas. Good to see you, Kev. Energizer is here. Evening all. Lurking a bit for now. Murph, the 146 has a lot of buttons. Don't press any of them. Yes, no hassle at all. Who? Where's this now? Alexa just does what the hell she likes. On the Echo, yeah, absolutely. There's a smart... Oh, wait, hang on. There is smart and then there's Irish smart. Different ends of the intelligence spectrum. Yeah, well, hold on now. Does that include the painting of the furniture in the living room? No, we've saving sheets. That's another thing. Saving sheets. All over the place, you know. Be grand. The lovely Kaharia has joined us. Kaharia, a very good evening to you. Hope you're well, missus. They're called doorstops. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, we'll move on abruptly. Spring doorstop. Correctly said. Right. Flying Tonight is here. Good to see you, buddy. I hope you're very well. 11 months. Jesus. Oh, no, you have the plague. We all need to feel sorry for him now. You're sending sympathy. Oh, you're a great fella. Don't worry about it at all. Metaphorically patting you on the back. Oh, who's a good Flying Tonight? Right? Poor old... You're in for it. Telling you. 72 hours of... Oh, Jesus. But then it kind of, you know... There's an absolute banger going around the place, you know. But anyway, is it a door twanger? A door twanger? Did you get a sticker into your husband booklet for renovations? The man card was stamped. Yes, it's being stamped almost every day. Working on it, you know, for next year. MDA 009, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Jesus, good morning. It's that time. Morning coffee, you know. Thinking about how one will take on the planet for today. You're very welcome in. Defiant Braun, good to see you. Who else come in the door here now? TG Sims is here. Where is this now? There aren't any spring door stops in our house. They are cat playthings. It's 31 degrees with MDA, for crying out loud. Proby Pete, a good day from Arizona. Hope you're well. Who else come in the door? Killswitch, thanks for the 10 in a row. Damp and cool in Mayo, usual, without the wind, indeed. Max Stallion, good to see you. Old man yells at cloud, that'll be me. Zerg, good to see you. Murphy, what's going on with the hair? How much product have you got in there?
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Well... Listen, right, I'll tell you now a little story about this. Look at the absolute abandonmentism of what's going on to the back of my head. Where is it going? Nobody knows. Now, I have some theories. Some of the theories I have, that the hair, in fact, is not actually fading. Not at all. The brain is growing and it needs the space. Think about it, you know. I'm becoming more intelligent. Smart, yeah, and or in fact, my another theory is all the thinking. Oh, me hand, all the thinking that I'm doing. You know, you scratch your head when you're thinking. Oh yeah, I should. Right, you know, bloody hell, spindles. Yeah, that's them. Depending on where you live. Yeah, Murph breaking stuff all the time. Third day of the Advent calendar. Ooh. We've a Kinder Bueno Advent calendar for Jungfle. Where's this now? Jesus now. Chris, thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much indeed for the tier 1 sub. 4 months, buddy. Cheers, man. Corn Wolfen with a Prime subscription. 31 months. Jesus. Thank you very much indeed. Toto was in the house. How was your trip? I couldn't go. I had the plague. I'll have to go next week, Toto. And I'll bring me camera. I'll show you what trouble I'm getting up to. Is it the trip that caused the relapse of the... No, I didn't. I couldn't go to Weston on Tuesday. I'll go next week. I was shagged. I wasn't able to do anything yesterday. I was in a hoop. But anyway, we're on the recovery road here now, which is great. Sir Camps a lot. AJH Madood, you're very welcome in. Who else come in the door here now? Let me see. It'd be busy. Norse Viking Gaming, 3 months. Thank you very, very much indeed. Cheers, buddy. You're probably sitting there going, this Murphy fella, does he ever shut up? I tried it once. It got terribly quiet. I didn't like it. Irish Smart, yeah, that's the one. Shave it, done and dusted. Ah, no, Cyrus, you couldn't be doing that, look. Dandruff is invented by the Irish, right? Murph getting ready to be a monk. Huh? You've had a wee growth spurt and the hair couldn't keep up. Yes. I think it's the light. Yes, it's the light. Yes. There's no grass growing on a used road either. That's a great way of putting. Yeah, sure. Jesus. And Oblong Life, good evening. You're very welcome aboard. And let me see now. Quick hello to our friends on YouTube. Super Ty is here. Good to see you. Uniform Goose. Good day, Goose. Black Sheep Jean. What am I spending my money on today? Hair growth revival. Emergency rationed. Right. It's good to see you, Jean. Northland Air, good evening. Hope you're well. Kubi Montana is in the house. El Papino, bonsoir, mon ami. Thrust Simulations is here. Kaharia also on YouTube. Good to see you, Mrs. Philip Foster. The baby Jesus was nearly called Gary. Jesus, Jesus. Derfras is here, good to see you. You can't make me laugh, I'll start coughing like an Egypt. -3 and a blizzard for Newfoundland. Jesus. Sim Drive Fly, good evening. Cloud Strider's here. Ian is in the house. First time catching one of your streams since 2021. Awesome to see how much the community has grown. I'll come over to Twitch in a moment. Ian, you're very welcome in. I haven't aged a day. What? Shh. Who's Muse? Listen, if we wanted your opinion, we would direct the question to you. Even I could hear them over that. Now, let me see. Pinky on the brain. I'm telling you. Manny is here. Good to see you. Who's this now? Electro Move. Good to see you. Electro Move. Good day, Merv. When launches the T-38? Soon. Very soon. Yes. I think a trip to Turkey is in the cards. Seaman, I don't know. Could you imagine? Go over to Turkey there. They'll fix your hair. But what if they make a balls of it? You know, it's a long way to go to get your hair. Hang on, listen, just come back to us there, we'll fix it. It's not like tipping down to your local salon, do you know what I mean? There's planes involved. Jesus. But yes, use caffeine shampoo. Oh, I don't know, would that do? I mean, you know, sometimes I sing to my hair, you know, just a bit of growth, you know. Different songs. At night time, I should start wearing a hat because that'll hide it. Do you know? Make a balls of it. Right? Yeah, absolutely. Right, come on, we'll get started here, will we? That's where the hair comes from. Wait, what? That explains why it's all gone. It is very kind of sticking. I haven't cut it. Usually I cut my hair, but I haven't cut it because I'm in denial. And then I was saying, hang on, listen, if I grow enough of it, sure, couldn't I comb the gavet right? Couldn't I? Right over the head. You know, see, this is very important. People think image is everything, you know, models and, you know, you have to be good looking to be on the telly. That's absolute balls. Listen, we're all at the stage where you're mostly at the stage where, you know, you look at me and go, jeez, I thought I had it bad. Right? That's how this works. So I try to come up with ways that you be thinking and then you'll say no. You know, don't do that. I saw a need to try it once. Didn't work out well for him. I say go get the bowl. No, we couldn't do that, you know. Do you plan on testing Aero Dynamics T-38 next week, Tima? Indeed, next week we're going to look at that. Right, anyway. One of them. One of those. And here we are. Jesus, that's very kind of one of those, right? Murph, you would have the same hairstyle like my dad. An 84-year-old. Listen, I look quite, you know, youthful and I still have my boyish good looks. You know, and then I wake up. At 67, I'm looking at Murph thinking, damn, I'm going good. You see, Kev gets it. That's how this is supposed to work. That's how this all works. Jesus. Right, anyway, leave your emotions at the door, because if they come in here with you, they'll be trampled on. Now, also, something else happened. Sourdough Man, 10 months at a co-pilot on YouTube. Thank you very, very much indeed, fella. Hope you're well. So, we've a fair bit of stuff to get through tonight, right? We have all our news. We have the 146, and we're going to be checking out Wanuka and, of course, the PlayStation 5. But we also have some cool stuff on the way from SayIntentions. And they're getting kind of hot and heavy with the updates that they're sharing with us now, which is great to see, because usually they're on their Discord, but because their Discord, it's so active, it's so fast, you know, people, they'll comment or if there's an issue, and they're usually on it straight away. it's hard to kind of, whoa, when did you do this, lads? So there's something tonight I want to show you in particular, which I think is only brilliant, right? So Murph looks like Tim Tim. Who? Tintin. Ah, Jesus. But anyway, we'll get to it now in a moment. So if I turn down the sounds here, yes, right, and now we'll bring over our tabs on a screen and put them over here. So, friends, our news tonight. A big shout out to Vasco over at MSFSaddons.com, to Callum and the lads over at FS Elite, and to Threshold, as we have all our news updates for this evening. So, we'll start off at the beginning. Best place to start. The first previews, we have seen them over the last couple of days from the 737-8. I've been watching Chewie fly it. I've watched it all. I've watched everyone flying this. But it's certainly looking the part. PMDG, they have lifted the curtain on its upcoming 737-8 for Flight Sim 2024, native to 2024. And it's shown that the aircraft is up and running. They've enhanced the visuals, enhanced the sounds, enhanced the flight model. It's a huge updated enhancement, is what we can come to expect. Now, I think when it comes to the sounds, right, Boris did incredible stuff. The Boris audio works for the 737. It's very hard to go back to kind of, you kind of need the Boris audio work stuff. And I won't say it puzzled me, but I was wondering, PMDG, historically, I mean, they know how to do their sounds. They can do sounds like anyone. But I think the Boris one, like, that's where you have someone who specializes in it. So, I don't know. Do you think it's, you buy an aircraft and you feel the sounds could be better, therefore you'll buy a sound pack for said aircraft, or would you just rather just get the sounds right the first time round? Do you know what I mean? So it's an interesting one. Certainly the default sounds I have heard, there is a clear difference between the original sounds that came out with it. Mainly things like the engine spool up, rattling, shaking, airflow hitting off the aircraft. They've all been updated and they do sound quite nice. I don't think they're on par, though, with something that we've heard from Boris, because I think anyone who's used the 737 sound mod from Boris, well, it is excellent. It is excellent. But it's worth noting that PMDG have spent a lot of time getting those sounds up there as well. So where are we at? Well, we don't know how much this aircraft upgrade is going to cost. If you've never bought the 737-8 for Microsoft Flight Sim, well, here's your chance to, because it's definitely going to be better than what we had in 2020. However, if you had it in 2020, I'm unsure what that upgrade price is going to be. Now, it has been said it'll be small, it's, greatly reduced and all the rest. Still don't have a release date just yet. But I would expect we're going to see this hopefully I'd say before Christmas. I mean, that's the idea here. So in the next kind of 2 to 3 weeks, maximum 2 to 3 weeks, unless of course they find something, terribly wrong. In saying that though, it is a phenomenal aircraft. The PMDG 737, all of them, they are very, very good renditions of the 737. They just are. And, we're somewhat limited in Microsoft Flight Simulator from developers who can bring us 737s. Yes, we have CSS now with the classics, and we have iFly with the Max, but there's still quite there's an open area in there in the middle. And PMDG have been making these for years, many years. They've been working on these aircraft. So the team, well, they know what they're at, right? So, it is looking good. I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to pick it up because I do enjoy flying the 737-800, the NG. The Max is more polished, at least from when I look at it. There's nice features with it and all the jazz. So it'll be interesting to see how this will stack up against it. Do you know what I mean? But it'll be interesting for sure. What I've noticed, I don't know if you guys have noticed, and I can't really get into it until I have it and I'm able to really look at it. But of the visual enhancements they've done, yes, they've added lovely new features and you can clearly see them, right? But I think when you're kind of outside of the aircraft, it's almost like they just added a layer of veneer over what was originally there. There's way better reflections and stuff. But if you kind of get in up close and personal to it, at least from what I've seen, I'm looking at the textures going, they're very similar. Do you know what I mean? So, but again, you're only watching it on TV rather than actually having a look of it, right? So I'll need to see what the story is. So, what else regarding the onboard experience of the aircraft? So they've added in ways in which they have the flight gadget compartment panel. I'll put that into English. They have the flight cabin crew panel, in which you can adjust the lighting and all this kind of stuff. However, there aren't any cabin announcements being included at this time, but they might look into that later on. And so it's a couple of good steps forward. It'll be interesting to see where it's at pricing wise. Do you know what I mean? But it is. Make no mistake, lads. It's they don't do bad airplanes. I mean, PMDG, that just doesn't happen, right? They always make very, very good airplanes, and I do enjoy flying them. And the 737-8, I mean, it is the most popular aircraft out there, the NG. So I think there's going to be a lot of people looking forward to this in Microsoft Flight Sim, definitely. So I'd say another week, maybe two, and let's see what happens there. It's going to be interesting on the upgrade price. Does it come with a manual? Yeah, they've huge manuals. Echo 19, Tyler, good to see you. He says, Murph, the 737 sounds a lot better to me. Boris does great work as well, but to be honest, it sounds very similar. What is so different to folks, do you think, just out of curiosity? 737 has always been one of your favourite airliners. It was good to see you, Tyler. Welcome in, buddy. I don't know, again, it's very hard until... It's quite difficult until you actually sit down and try it yourself. One thing I will, of all the content I've watched, I thought the audio level was actually a little bit low, especially from the cockpit. Now, that could be a simple, you can edit all of this stuff in the FMS, I'm sure, but I just thought the engine hums and roars and all that, it was just a little bit kind of tame. At least that's what I got. Plus the roll that you get from Boris when you're on a runway, you can actually hear the tires, as they increase speed. That's definitely more pronounced on Boris's stuff. I didn't hear the exact same on the PMDG one, but I think it's wait till you kind of have it, and then you're able to kind of do a better comparison of it. As I said, the sounds that come with the 2024 version of the 737, they are better than the original 2020 ones. No question, they are different. I just think where Boris is at, if you already had the Boris Audio Works for 2020, I don't think the work that PMDG have done now necessarily expanded beyond what Boris has. But again, I'm only kind of thinking on this. Until you're actually sitting down and you're hearing it live, it's going to be hard. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be hard to figure it out. But anyway, where's this? Piper, good to see you. Squawk 1200, welcome aboard. Thank you for 6 months, buddy. Cheers, man. Switches sounds different. The aircraft sounds more alive. Is that with the Boris one? Is the PS5 launch a disaster like Xbox? I don't believe so. No, I don't believe so. It's not fully launched yet. They kind of, they've an early access, and then they'll give it a full launch. We'll be checking it out now in a while. But yeah, going back to Just Roy in relation to a manual on how to operate the aircraft. That's what PMDG started out as, Precision Manual Development Group. They started off writing manuals for pilots for these aircraft. So yes, their manuals are always very... can someone give us how many pages were in the original one? There's hundreds of pages in their manuals, which is pretty cool, right? So... yeah, we'll see what happens. Jesse Joe, thank you indeed for the subscribe. You're very welcome in. I suppose, going back to the 737, its features, the sounds... the texture works. Everything is very promising so far. I need to get it in my own hands then I'll read the sounds. You know what I mean? But yeah. Right, heard the PS5 is better than Xbox. If I read earlier is true, says Chris. Well, we'll have a look now in a little bit. Now, Fenix, they've delayed their A320 Neo as they shift focus to VNAV and also an ECAM overhaul. Fenix have released a new development update outlining the current state of its Airbus lineup for Microsoft Flight Sim. The studio confirmed that the A320 Neo family will not be released this year. Internal priorities have shifted following strong community feedback about issues affecting the existing CEO product, which has prompted a temporary reassignment of developers from the Neo programming to major avionics overhaul. So, the A320 and A321neo were initially targeted for release this year, but Fenix now say the aircraft will be held back until they complete a series of improvements, which is good news. Community reports highlighted 3 areas in particular: the accuracy of VNAV, the absence of a practical state-saving system, and also the limitations of the legacy ECAM architecture. The developers say that these items have become the immediate priority. VNAV overhaul moves ahead of the NEO, or the Neo, the next edition option, is it, or next engine or something like that. The new VNAV system already in limited internal testing, which is good to see. good to see. Very good to see. Fenix say it's being able to reproduce behaviours observed in real aircraft and also certified simulators. That's fantastic. When you think about it, consumer level products, and they're able to mimic what's going on from the real stuff as well. So looking forward to that. Where's this now? You can't go wrong with that sound, right? New ECAM infrastructure has also entered testing, and introducing the new VNAV and ECAM to the CEO owners before the NEO launches also helps reduce the risk in later stages. So it looks like the existing owners of the Fenix aircraft are going to see these updates drop on the CE over current engine options now, right? So that's all good news there as well. Whoa, Steiny, absolute mad devil. Steiny, thank you very much indeed for 5 gifted tier 1 subs here to the Twitch community. Steiny, you are a terribly, terribly kind gentleman. Cheers, buddy. Lads, if you got a tier 1 sub with thanks to Steiny, do be sure to say thank you. Tyler says, good take. I just seen a lot of people favouring Boris, but no one has seemed to give any reasonable sort of why. I was interested to see what you had to say. It drives me nuts when people say something is better without saying why. I agree 100%. And again, sounds is something that is always going to be quite what's the word I'm looking for? It's down to the user preference, right? For instance, subjective, that's the one. Some people, when it comes to for example, with the Boris sounds, some people really appreciate the runway sound on the wheels. You get that kind of sound of the tires moving through it. It gives it kind of like a bass line as you're moving, but you don't get it on the taxiway. And you're saying, well, hang on a second. Okay, taxiway, usually they're going to be a different material, right? But other people love it. Some people don't really care for it. Same with the wind hitting the cabin. It's like the wind doesn't sound right because, well, depending on the aircraft, it shouldn't be catching the wind like that because either the shape, right? There's always going to be different things, subjective things. But again, when PMDG said, they're going to refine the sounds, work on the sounds, for a lot of reasons, if you're buying, a $60, $70 or $80 add-on, you're probably thinking to yourself, it should have good sounds, right? One thing we all know in flight simulation, and it's nothing against developers. Developers develop the aircraft. The guys who engineer the sound packs, they are of a different making. They are of a different kind of frequency because they specialize in the sounds. So, I mean, that's why we can see developers now hiring these sound engineers to get in and actually do the sounds because they're just going to be better. It's kind of like the old story, right? Where you have, if you look at Microsoft, for example, on a Sobo, I mean, they build a simulator. When it comes to building the aircraft, well, some of them are good, but they're usually kind of light, right? When you get the third-party developers involved, the whole thing changes. It changes unbelievably. I'm always a huge advocate for getting third parties in there. When it comes to aircraft sounds, as a customer, you're going to say, I've just bought this and the sounds aren't great. I'm going to spend more money now and get better sounds. That's one side of the argument. Or you could argue, here's an aircraft I really enjoy flying and just listen to this new sound set that's available. It's very subjective. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, this would be so good, but the sounds aren't good enough. And then you hear the better sounds. You might get one customer saying, for crying out loud, I just bought the aircraft and the sounds aren't good. Or you'll have someone saying, I love the aircraft and now have better sounds. It's very hard to kind of down the middle, But anyway, as I said, from Fenix, it is interesting to see that they're now going to focus on the VNAV and ECAM stuff for the CEO engines prior to pushing them out to the new NEO or NEO variants. Heisenberg, 13 months. Thank you very much indeed. Good to see you, buddy. 98 Vulcan is here. Welcome aboard. So no news just on this when we can expect it, but we do know that the NEO program, we shouldn't be seeing it this side of Christmas. It'll be after, and we're going to see it on the CEO stuff first. Right. Now, we saw the release of this machine, Flying Fries and the Quasar. Don't know if you guys managed to pick it up yet. Have you tried it? Have you given it a flight? Have you crashed because you couldn't slow down? Right? This is an incredible add-on. And, we were very lucky to have Lord Freet on with us on the stream talking about this project, which is just It's mad and yet incredibly technical at the same time. It's a wonderful add-on. Something I I don't necessarily get drawn to these sort of aircraft. I'm like, yeah, no, you're all right, thanks. I'll stick with like the real stuff. In saying that, the depth of simulation here and the technical wizardry he's built into this, and he's made it not only believable, not only possible, he made it probable. It's based on technology we have today and, of course, old stuff, just cranked up a little bit. So the Quasar definitely enters itself in the uniqueness of a flight sim add-on. But what I love about it is it allows you to experience this sim, 2024 in particular, in a very different way, because usually at the end of some of my streams, I have the drone camera ready to rock and we'll go on up into space and look around. But this aircraft, you can do it. You just go into space and it's incredible. 5 or 6 million feet up, which is nuts. So it's difficult to fly. It's a challenge. So straight away you have that, right? Relatively easy to pick up, but extremely hard to master it. So there's a challenge built into it before you even start flying it. And then, of course, it's the level of detail. And then there's Easter eggs inside of other Easter eggs. And I don't even know if people found all the Easter eggs yet. There's a lot of cool features with this. I never thought I would have enjoyed an add-on of this sort of caliber in the sim, and I gotta say, I love it. I absolutely love it, and I think it's nuts, and it's very believable. You watch a bit of Interstellar or even Star Trek and you say, yeah, I'm gonna fly the Quasar now. It's really, really good. So if you haven't already checked it out, lads, I highly recommend you go check this one out. It's very, very good. Bald Eagle, thank you very much indeed. 32 months, man. Welcome in. The trailer was straight up inspired from Interstellar. Very much so. Yeah, you can see it. But a great machine. Like, it's just, you sit there and it's just nuts. It's just nuts, right? But it's a lot of fun. And as I say, like, it's not in any way hollow. There's a lot of systems and a lot of firsts from Flying Fries that I've seen in Microsoft Flight Sim. And like, other developers will look at this and go, oh, I like what he did there. Like, all the individual buttons, they're all LCD screens. Buttons, and yet you have 40 odd little screens and there's no impact on your performance. Like, there's a level of genius at work here. So I think we're going to see kind of more of this, and hopefully this might inspire someone to do something beyond the planet. Maybe put a space station up there, or maybe get us to the moon, or just think about it. You can have wild adventures with this thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, the cockpit is full of stream decks. Yeah. You watched that movie about 30 times. Tyler, you and Muse fan, I'm telling you, I need to watch that again. Interstellar, great movie. But yeah, this is an amazing aircraft. But it is released now. You can pick it up, and if you haven't already, we've done a video on it. Further Learn to Fly has done a video on it, and he's done group flights with it. You can pick it up on Orbx or Sim Market in and around $30. I highly recommend it. And the flight model was invented, crafted, and perfected by our very own Frankenstein. The man is mad. Steiny, of course, who flew in the real world Quasar, he hasn't been seen since. He's now just artificial intelligence from another planet because it didn't stop. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. You went to see it in IMAX? No way. IMAX, you serious? Not sure how many times I've seen it, but it's definitely in the triple figures. There you go. But anyway, yeah, make sure you check out the Quasar. It's a lot of fun. Now, this aircraft, I did not have enough time to do my due diligence to be able to learn this thing, to be able to sit here and say, lads, this is the thing. So we're going to wait till next week. But Aero Dynamics, who we all know that name, Aero Dynamics are the project, or the team behind the project of the upcoming DC-10 and KC-135's freeware. They have just launched a T-38 for Microsoft Flight Sim. Now, some people might be scratching their head. If so, I recommend don't scratch the back of it because you'll bald. There's a T-38 already on the way for Microsoft Flight Simulator, right? And it's Blackbird Simulations making that. However, Aero Dynamics put out their own one. Now, I haven't got the chance properly to fly it, and I will, and I'll do all of this on next week's show. However, to talk about this thing, well, it's a $29.99 US add-on that works for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. The team behind this are the guys who I said are working on a DC-10 and the KC-10. And And we've been tracking these projects for years now. And a bit of a worry was, hang on, lads, you're supposed to be making the DC-10. Where'd you get time for this? But the good news is this is very much a side project for a lot of their devs where, they're waiting on the DC-10s to do X, Y, and Z. Wasn't able to happen. All right, we have to restart all that process. Meanwhile, you have the guys over here going, we have nothing to do. And there's only so many, games of Tetris you can play. So they said, right, we'll go over here and we'll make this, right? So what do we know about the aircraft? There is a trailer. We're going to check it out. And I will say this, it looks impressive. A lot of features, right? And we'll have a look at the trailer and let me know what you think.
Fight Cup.
Choose a drive. Continue driving it.
Does not look very impressive, and I've seen it being said as well. I mean, the afterburner visual effects and also the heads-up display are seemingly some of the best we've ever seen in a sim, in particular Microsoft Flight Sim. So yeah, excited to get my hands on this. Am I right in saying this machine, don't they have a pair of these outside of NASA in Houston? I'm almost certain they do. But yeah, it's looking very, very good. So with the aircraft, the timing of this release, very hard to ignore. As we know, Microsoft are just about to launch their own TA-38. Aero Dynamics now surfaced that a fully featured T-38 on their own is available. Right? It does raise the question whether Aero Dynamics had been planning this release, or when they saw Microsoft's announcement, they were like, uh-oh, what do you do? But in any case, just to kind of reinforce what they were originally working on with the DC-10, the project is very much alive, with the T-38 out now, available to buy for $29.99. So we're going to check this one out next week, but it looks very, very good, you know. Where is this now? Epic Fool says, given that today is Denuas, I have some news. I got engaged over the weekend. Congratulations, Epic Fool. It's too late to say don't do it. I'm only joking. Congratulations, lads. Can we get a massive congratulations to Epic Fool? Jesus, she must love you, considering, you know, your last holiday you brought her to an air show. I'm just saying, right? Yes, we're going to stay here near the airport here. It's very nice. And there was an air show. Brilliant. Epic Fool, congratulations, man. Delighted for you. Well done. Brilliant. Congratulations. Fantastic. That's hilarious. Imagine, right? Yeah, we're going on a lovely romantic holiday just happens to be in the direct flight path of an airport that is hosting a major European airport. I love it. I absolutely love it. That's brilliant. Yeah, but the holiday before that, she got to Miami. Oh, right. Oh, you put in the hard work already. So, congrats, man. That's great news. So, yeah, T-38, we'll have a look at that next week. Now, Fly-by-Wire Simulations, they've updated their A380X and also their A32X for both 2020 and 2024. I'm watching Jamie fly this and Kenko over the last couple of days, and I gotta say it's huge updates. Some of the major highlights for the A380: stable update features significant system improvements, including expanded FMS capabilities, a revamped ECAM and a checklist suite, and more accurate OANS behavior. The flight deck also benefits from sharper displays, enhanced visual refinement, and updated lighting tailored for 2024. Additionally, the package now features GSX and EFB based fueling, along with performance-focused 4K textures, and the premium 8K high-fidelity options are all selectable via the installer. It's of savage importance. These are free aircraft, and they rival some of the very best when it comes to payware. So it's great to see this for the A380. The A32NX stable update introduces some major refinements to the IRS and ADIRU behavior. Altimetry and barometric logic has also been updated, along with custom FMS and navigation details. You'll also notice some broad improvements across the EFIS, PFD, and EIS displays, the flight pad, the ATSU and ground service integration, the overall cockpit interaction, bringing smoother animations and resolving several stutter-related issues seen in 2024. They've all been updated, and they both have extensive change logs for each of the aircraft. You can update them via the fly-by-wire installer. And, well, as I said, these are free aircraft, lads. You'd be absolutely mad not to give them a bash if you haven't already. The A380, of course, the largest commercial aircraft in operation. And, well, it's a big one, isn't it? So Gibbo loves it as well. He loves the A380. So great news there from Fly-by-Wire. Now, moving on, an aircraft we're checking out tonight, Just Flights, their 146 Professional, has been updated to version 2.4. This has been a massive undertaking, and I have to applaud and commend Just Flight. Think about this for a moment. All of their 2020 aircraft, and these are complex airliners. You're talking about the BAE 146, the Avro RJ, the Fokker 28, the Vulcan, the Hawk, the Aero fleet. These are all study level, high fidelity simulations of the aircraft, the real world aircraft. They've all been updated as native 2024 products. And if you are a previous customer, i.e. you already own the aircraft in Flight Sim 2020, these are free upgrades. Free. Not only that, but if you're new to Just Flight and you want to buy one of these aircraft, well, they're also heavily discounted. That's just amazing. Like, compare that to some other developers, right? They're free upgrades. And they're not just like, you know, here's a couple of new textures and here's it. Like, I have 9 pages of updates, fixes, features being added, corrections, how they tighten in on the stuff. It's absolutely incredible, lads. So Just Flight absolutely doing amazing things here. The new upgrade is a significant one. It's undergone numerous enhancements, including hundreds of upgrades, improvements, tweaks, and fixes. And, well, the 146, this is a beautiful, beautiful airplane. They also have the, I'm almost certain, they have the fictitious kind of cargo variant of this gadget as well. Or maybe it's not fictitious, but it's a beautiful airplane. This released, of course, before the Avro RJ, Avro taking over the 146 development. And they basically just kind of modernized it. That was basically it. But the 146, to this day, just a gorgeous aircraft. Air France used to fly these things in and out of Dublin years ago. And Aer Lingus operated the 3000 variant of this as well. Beautiful, beautiful airplane. We're going to check it out tonight just to show you what it's all about. And if you don't own it, you can pick it up. There's 30% off the aircraft right now. And the upgrade is free. Amazing, amazing. Look. That's the change log. Right? So we'll have a look at this now in a moment. 146 did have the QT. The Freight RJ is the fictional. Thank you, Malky. Good man yourself. So yeah, the QT is the standard freighter, but the RJ did a fictional one. Super. Okay, moving on, UK 2000. Haven't heard from these lads in a while, but they have released Exeter for Flight Sim 2020 and 2024. Exeter International Airport, located in Devon in the southwest of England, 5 miles east of the city centre, it serves as a key hub for the region in both domestic and international flights. The airport is served by Aer Lingus, amongst others, including Ryanair, TUI, and so on. And the scenery features an accurate representation of the airport, fully detailed buildings, realistic ground markings, custom night lighting, custom airport vehicles, custom fencing, custom vegetation, excellent performance, and more. Now, Exeter has always been just one of my favourite airports to kind of fly in the sim. Whenever we do our D-Day flight, I tend to fly from Exeter because it's very, very close by to a pottery. It's only a couple of miles out the road. So I'm looking forward to this. I haven't picked it up yet. I'm trying to remember the payware Exeter I have. I'm unsure. But anyway, this one available right now, priced at €19.99 from Sim Market, right? Up Pottery it's called, Mr. Dan, yeah, Up Pottery. So there's a new Exeter out. We'll have to check this one out as well, lads, because I got to say, it looks very, very good. UK 2000, in terms of features and the scenery, it tends to be relatively bland. And I mean that in a nice way. They tend to go after the photorealistic replication, right? I think that's a fair kind of they tend to make the thing look photoreal. So it's all decent textures and everything is placed where it should be. But yeah, I'm looking forward to trying this one out soon. We'll probably add that to next week as well. Now, Orbx, they've released Perth Airport for Microsoft Flight Sim. We've had some previews of this over the last coming weeks. Perth International, the primary airport serving the city of Perth in Western Australia, located about 6 miles from the city centre, and it's state's main gateway for both domestic and international travel, and it's one of Australia's busiest airports. It acts as a key hub for travel between Australia, Asia, Europe and the Middle East and Africa, including non-stop operations from Qantas in their 787 Dreamliner. That's the service from London Heathrow, one of the world's longest passenger flights. Orbx rendition features an up-to-date airport layout as of June of this year, highly detailed modelling and texturing throughout, high-resolution aerial imagery, detailed terminal interiors, accurate GA, along with the FIFO aprons, custom ground texturing and polygons, and the list goes on and on and on. This looks to be a very strong release from Orbx in their native Australia. Now, I don't know if any of you guys have flown in and out of Perth in the real world. This is definitely something we want to check out as well. By the way, to our Australian brethren, do you have Skoda out there? And if not, why not? Right, beautiful night lighting. They're having the terminal interiors done here as well. Jetway connections. Well, everything looks very nice, including the ground textures. Plenty of clutter here on the ground with service vehicles and so on. It's an airport available now for Flight Sim 2020 and 2024, and you can pick it up over on the Orbx Direct website for about $29.99 Australian. That's close to about €17, or the bones of $20, or about £15. Right, so not bad considering it's a fairly large airport, and it's a mix of general aviation and commercial stuff as well. Check out the video. Oh, look at that!
The lights show up very well, and thank everybody for turning them on, will you?
I gotta say, I kind of like that trailer. That was a nice mix of the old and the new. People on the beach, didgeridoo. I'm telling you, lads, that looks very impressive. So we'll have to check that one out. Approaches feel right from any direction. Right, yes, yeah, danger. But yeah, that's great. Right, moving on. Simulations previewing Harstad Narvik for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Simulations busy on more airports they're adding. New screenshots focus on the atmosphere after sunset with apron and terminal lighting, detailed tower work, and yes, if you look closely, there's water on the glass. Ooh, very nice. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see what this one is going to be all about. The airport located in northern Norway. It's over in the wider Hålogaland region, making it a nice base for both domestic journeys and adventures further outwards towards Lofoten and also for Stirling, if I could pronounce that correctly. But anyway, they're signing off saying that more previews are on the way. Those keen to add another Norwegian airport to the route shouldn't have to wait too long before we see this released. And Simulations, I've been following those guys for a long time. They make beautiful sceneries, and they, we've said the same with MK, AnyBuild. Every time they do something, it's a step forward. It's class. Look, it's like, geez, look what they did now. And Simulations do a great job there. So looking forward to that one. A lot of Norwegian airports now, got to say. So early access for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 on the PlayStation 5 is now up and running for early access. So we're going to be showcasing this in a little while, just to show you how it's all working and what you might expect from Microsoft Flight Simulator on the PlayStation, right? I do know when I jumped in the last time, it looked the part and I was able to control the plane with my head, right? But we'll get into it in a little more detail this evening because I want to show you some of the features, if you like, or some of the things that are available. Flying Trades, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Energizer says, I just wish Simulations were updating their previous sceneries. A few of them haven't been updated since 2021. Jeez, really? Is there any in particular, Energizer? And sure, we can drop them an email and say, hey, what do you think? And we see what happens. All the pre-orders across the editions will include the T-38, available immediately with today's launch. I didn't see that. I need to look at it. The prices match, of course, the existing platform when Microsoft released Flight Sim or Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. So it's very much the same. There's one thing in particular PlayStation has a very nice kind of alternative to, and it has to be when it comes down to the control. The controller from the PS5, it's a great handheld controller, and Microsoft Flight Sim were able to take advantage of that, be it from the haptic feedback that will actually get harder or lighter depending on your control surfaces, even the built-in radio. Which is mad because the ATC, if you choose, you can actually have it coming through the controller's own speaker. It's weird, but it works because it adds that extra level of immersion. Plus, you can use the gyroscope. That's the gadget. You can actually use the entire control as a control. It's very, very impressive. So we're going to be checking this one out on the PlayStation and hopefully give you guys a better showcase of what I did the last time, trying to strap the thing to my head. But there's already plenty of content out there already. One thing in particular, and I am going to show you tonight, is that of the upcoming Red Bull racing stuff, because it looks incredible. There's already a video online about it, but I just want to show you how it all works together. So yes, the early adopters are now getting early access. These are the times in which they have access to this bit of equipment or to this bit of software. And the actual launch is still stated to be on December 8th for the rest of the world. So anyone who's able to jump on now, well, that's the pre-orders gone through. And it's very exciting. It's so exciting to see that the simulator in which we all have spent so much time, it could frustrate you at times, but it can also wow you at times. It's great to now see it on an additional platform, that being on the PlayStation. For those who don't maybe use Windows systems, or they don't use Xbox, or maybe they just don't have the option, it's now available on PlayStation. And I think this is huge for the whole, for the whole platform, for Microsoft Flight Simulator to be on PlayStation, to be on Xbox, and of course be on PC. It's bringing the hobby, but it's also bringing aviation into the lives of vast amounts of people who perhaps, maybe ordinarily would have had no interest in aviation. This is, I see planes fly, but now maybe they'll get the what we have, right? The passion behind it, think, oh, this is the best thing ever. So yeah, very much looking forward to it, Speak of the devil, MSFS official are here. Good evening. Welcome in. I won't strap the controls to my head and try and fly it tonight. Well, I might. Well, we'll see. Now, moving on, because for all flight simulation things that happen on our news, there's word here from X-Plane. As Zometry have released West Virginia Jaeger Airport for X-Plane 11 and 12. And the Jaeger Airport, I think it was Orbx who did one in Microsoft Flight Sim, and it is stunning. It's very, very nice. This one here, though, over in the world of X-Plane, located in West Virginia, not to be confused with Charleston in South Carolina, known for the assembly facility for the 787, with more than 400,000 passenger operations a year. So Zometry have now released this to work in X-Plane 11 and indeed X-Plane 12, and there's a lot of features. Custom lighting, custom mesh, custom satellite imagery, I think, surrounding the airport as well. There's a lot of cool stuff there. You can pick this up directly from Anybills for around $14.50, give or take, which isn't bad for scenery in X-Plane. We're starting to see some of the scenery prices come down a bit. Competition is always a good thing. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing this one on how it behaves. As I said, if you're into... if you're into this particular airport, there is a very good one by Orbx from Microsoft Flight Sim that you can grab as well. Very similar layout. The National Guard are on one side, and the airport is actually up in a hill. So there's a huge drop, and the approach lights go through a forest. It's very, very pretty. Now, sticking with X-Plane, we have more previews of the upcoming LevelUp 737NG series. Let's pause on this. So LevelUp have shared a new development update on their 737 series, version 2, confirming that version 2 stage 1 has now entered the final artwork. And according to the team, core development for the first stage is largely complete. In this phase, the updated aircraft have been handed over to a group of livery artists who are porting their work to the new 3D model. Version 2 itself, a major refresh of the freeware 737 series, bringing comprehensive visual and audio overhaul, including new high-resolution textures, revised modelling, and an updated sound set. Stage 1 will deliver the bulk of those visual and sound upgrades, while a second stage is planned to introduce the all-new cockpit model and additional refinements. Now, it's important to note, the 737NG includes all variants, at least, I think the 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, even the 9, and it's free. It's free. Just you get an idea of some of the rendering that they're working on in here, right? Some of the screenshots, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Like over in X-Plane, Zeba Mod and LevelUp, they are just the best 737s in town. IXEG did a classic, but that hasn't been updated in quite a long time, unfortunately. Great airplane, but look, this is getting really interesting to see, because look at the detail. Like, it's staggering, the detail on that single screenshot. And it's free, right? But anyway, moving on. We got to look at this. We were very lucky. And this, of course, is Airplane Simulation Company's C-130J over in the world of DCS. The aircraft is now released. You're starting to see some people fly it. But the reason why I'm chatting about it now is because it comes with one of the finest trailers I have seen ever when it comes to flight sim. And I'm going to show it. And I'll probably get a copyright strike, but I don't care. Because I watched this and I was like, that, my friends, is how you do a trailer. Check it out. Like, it's just, isn't it, though? Right? I'll get in all sorts of trouble now for that music, but we don't care because it's just excellent trailer music. It's just brilliant. It's a great trailer. Now, what's awesome about this airplane simulation company, you know, we were chatting to John during our live streams, and he was telling us, you know, a lot of inspiration kind of aimed at the Microsoft Flight Sim pilots when it comes to use of access. I mean, this is an aircraft traditionally, you know, civilian or non-combat aviation followers would be more at home with, in particular when it comes to the systems that are on the aircraft, an FMS, for example, IRS systems, all the navigation systems. It's not necessarily a combat-heavy aircraft. So this is more familiar, you know, to a lot of the folks in the civilian flight simulators, right? But yeah, it's Airplane Simulation Company. Just keep that name in the back of your minds now, and you know, who knows what'll happen. But like, in terms of a trailer, absolutely savage. They've done a great job in the trailer. Like, we got to play with this and fly it, and as I said, we had the developer on chatting to us. It is an incredible aircraft, but when you see a trailer like that, I mean, it's just like, yeah, that's really good. It's really good, isn't it? But anyway, we shall move on. Over to Flight Sim Tees, and the reason why we have to give them a shout, because they've had to add in loads of stuff, and it's coming up to Christmas. Get your presents and stuff sorted now. Special discount, top of your screen. Lads, from Flight Sim Tees, this is Gibbo, and they've now launched some new stuff. We have some hoodies. We'll go in here and have a now look. Look at the new fancy hoodies, right? So I'd rather be flying, right? Do you know? And look how happy Cornelius is. There's Cornelius. He's looking well, isn't he? You know, Cornelius there. That's when we had a barbecue. And there's Philippe. So they've now added hoodies, which is great to see, right? But not only have they added hoodies, they've also added the Christmas collection. Now, I got to wear one of these t-shirts last week. You may have seen it. It's in the wash now. But you can see that they have the airliner tees for Christmas, the perfect holiday gift. These are deadly, right? And they're very, very good. And they're made by a simmer for simmers. It's not like, you know, you're buying them from that crowd, right? It's the passion of this is from a flight simmer. And I can, you know, I'm me, who's the most awkward human to dress, and I can vouch for the gear. It's very comfortable. It's hard wearing, right? Because I'm hard in any stuff, and it's comfortable, and it's the job. And you don't lose the shape or the colours or any of that jazz in the wash. They're very, very good. But it's great to see now that we're doing all the Christmas stuff from Flight Sim Tees. So what I'm saying is, get the orders in as soon as you can. International shipping from Ireland, I think, is kind of finishing up early. I think tomorrow, to guarantee it before Christmas. But certainly, you know, any orders coming in, I'd say over the next kind of 24 hours, you'd be pushing them out as fast as you can. But some lovely designs there. A simple tree, but it is that of an aeroplane. You know, there's Tomas and Roisin showcasing the lovely tree jumper, and they're just class, aren't they? Just the designs. That's the t-shirt. I was wearing the t-shirt variant of that, and it's all the Airbuses look, or planes that look like but aren't actually, you know, adjacent to the A320 or the A3, the Airbus family. That worked better. So have a look at it, lads. I'll go over and pop you the link to the website, and as I say, they have all of their Christmas gear now available. Awesome Christmas presents. Just send the link to your significant other half and say, I will look immensely better, and other people will appreciate how good I look by wearing these clothes, you see? So do be sure to check them out. And as I say, link up on the top, exclusive for the Fireflies. And get yourself 10% off, lads. So do be sure to check it out. And feedback as well. You've loads of options down here to give Gibbo a bit of feedback and say, Asher, how are you getting on? We also have the customer feedback coming in there as well. Not that it needs it, but if you want to read in what people say, you can see it. And as I say, it's different because it's built from a simmer. It's a simmer doing this. It's someone from our community doing this. So there's a lot of passion and care that goes into it. So do be sure to check it out. So air coaches, they aren't even buses, air coaches. But yeah, check it out, lads. Very, very good. And even if you want to perhaps look at your own design, well, you can reach out to them as well. And yeah, pretty cool. Where do these things ship to you? in Tipperary. No, they don't ship to me. They ship out of Dublin. They're made in Dublin. Drummer, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, the alternative is you be simming in the nip, and no one wants to be there. Think of the drafts. Think of the cold. We don't want that at all. So yeah, make sure you guys check it on out. And the hoodies have just been added from popular demand. We want some hoodies, and now you can get a hoodie. So Flight Simmer, see this? A master of pressing buttons, flipping switches, and explaining to friends that yes, this is a legitimate holiday. Yeah, what is it? Right. See also virtual aviator, throttle enthusiast. Sorry, I can't do that. I'm departing for Zurich. Brilliant, right? Brilliant. So flightsimtees.com, go check it out, lads. Some really nice designs there. Hoodies and the Christmas stock. Gotta have the flight path 3 one. Yes, see, you need to have it. There's some really, or flight simmer one. That's that's brilliant, you know. And look how happy you could be when you wear it. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Built for winter ready, right? But anyway, so great stuff there from Flight Sim Tees, and use that discount. It's 10%, lads. You get 10% off. So make sure you use that on checkout, right? TTM at checkout for 10% off. Brilliant. I need one that says my pappy says I'm cool. Well, it says the pappy are happy on one of them. Now, we're going to have a quick look here at SayIntentions, the weekly update, but there's a couple of cool stuff I want to show you tonight because it's just cool. Let's talk about it. Our weekly NOTAM, right? And we're getting information there. They are doing their Air Care Alliance partnership. And what's pretty cool here is any of the flights that you do, while SayIntentions are actually going to be making a contribution towards this given charity. Very, very cool, right? That's only part of it. There's also been updates to traffic and ATC when it comes to bug fixes, sim update for performance improvements, and just general quality of life improvements being worked on in the background as well. They've also added a new feature, 24-hour historical weather. Basically, SayIntentions can now match what Microsoft Flight Sim does. That window of 24 hours of historical weather will now feed into SayIntentions. So if you like to fly within 24 hours of your current time, SayIntentions can now link in with that historical weather, and that provides your ATIS, your information, and all that jazz as well. The reason why they're sticking with 24 hours, they're basing it on what the sim can give you. There are other programs out there you can get long range historical weather, but they're locking things in here with the sim in particular for this. So it's 24-hour built-in historical weather, which is now up and running. METARs, as we said, and it's 2024 only. Now, this is what I want to show you tonight, because this is genius, right? So SkyOps, we've all, you've seen me use SkyOps loads of times, and we could do different flights, be it search and rescue, VIP transport, cargo, all the jazz. They've recently updated it whereby they now have the operations board or the mission board, where you can actually go in and start selecting missions that I'd quite fancy that one. I'll give it a go. They've gone and done something even more now, because they've given us a mission builder. We can access this through our pilot portal and actually develop and create our own mission. And we're going to do one of these tonight, at least set it all up to give you an idea. And it's quite simple. You provide it with as much information as you can, or if you're limited, the AI will do what it needs to do. But we have different ways of applying a certain theme. And what I mean by that is you can keep the missions, realistic and very professional. You can go kind of funny. You can go kind of, Christmassy, right? There's all different themes that you can apply to your missions. And I'm going to show you this now here in a moment. So basically, built up from scratch, you can design serious, dramatic, or even funny missions, creating any scenario that you can imagine. You've total control. You can set your own objectives, waypoints, and mission parameters. And you rank up. Every SkyOps mission you complete contributes to your rank in the Gate 404 Club, meaning that your hours go up, your rank goes up, reputation, and so on. The SkyOps Mission Builder lets you design serious, dramatic, or even funny missions, create any scenario you want. We're going to be having a look at this. Now, there's also other stuff, the all-new SkyOps Pager. So the pager is, you'll say, right, I'm currently at this airport and I'm available for the next, 30 minutes. You're effectively going on call. It's a very immersive way to do this. Let's say, for example, in your head, the role play is, I'm going to start my duty today. I'm going to be at this airport and we're just waiting for any calls to come in. On call, you set the duration and the home airport. A mission will be randomly generated for you. You don't even need to have your sim running. You can go on call for any available SkyOps mission type. You can keep every flight fresh and exciting, and you get notified in the portal, the sim app, or even get a text message if you have the flight line set up, which I have that with WhatsApp, which is free. You get a text from WhatsApp, hey, quick, you need to do a thing. This is deadly, right? So you can set up your pager. You can see all the details there. Pocket Sky also got updates, right? You can see stuff here when it comes to the commercial flight board. The commercial route from the website, they've now pushed it onto Pocket Sky on your phone, which is the app. Now you can browse real-world airline schedules. You can filter by the airline, by the aircraft, the route, and more importantly, you can actually import this over to SimBrief or file it with Pocket Sky IF4 from your phone, your telephone, your mobile device. It's absolutely incredible. So SayIntentions are just absolutely lashing the stuff out. It's fantastic. How SayIntentions work, just in case, I saw a comment earlier on, they don't restrict features, just to make things clear. SayIntentions have different tiers of support when it comes to, you know, your subscriber or you're a premium or partner, right? And usually what happens is when they have something new, they make accessible some of the add-ons to the different tiers depending on early access or, you know, beta testing or bug testing. Basically, they want to get a bit of feedback when they create something rather than just launching it out to everyone, because, how do we fix all this? They control how they deploy it. So smaller groups of people, they get the initial feedback, they go off and fix it or tweak it, and then they can push it out to more and more. It happens a lot in software development. So it's not to say that anything is just kept away for you. It's early access would be the way. If you want to access the early access, well, then there's a tier in which you would follow, right? So it's just to explain that. But anyway, let us look at the SkyOps mission, because this is brilliant, right? They have, Malky, we'll have a quick look at this now as well. So here's the missions board. I've logged in, SkyOps missions board. And what I can do here, here's the map, show me all the missions available, or I can go down and filter this. I can put in, you know, all types. Do I want to air ambulance, cargo, fire, search and rescue, search, whatever, VIP. Or I can put in just my departure airport or maybe an arrival airport. And you can put in the search and it'll find whatever mission you want for yourself. What if we wanted to create a mission? Well, we have this new one here. So we have the pager. I'm going to cancel the mission I made earlier on because I thought it was funny. And we're going to start building one. Okay, so what's the mission type? Do you want to be cargo, firefighting, whatever you want? We're loaded in with the 146, so we're going to put it in as VIP transport. All right. Now, the mission style, the overall mood and style of this mission. You can let the AI decide. That'll give you something random. Or if you want to go professional, urgent, dramatic, heroic, mysterious, funny, Christmas, or Christmas funny. Let us go with Christmas funny. Because, well, why not? Our departure airport is going to be Shannon. And let's say, for example, we're going to go to Cork, right? The range, we can leave this to the defaults. AI will decide it. Or you can put in something specific if you don't have your destination ICAO airport put in. All right, grand, okay. Now, call sign. What call sign do we want? Well, we're going to go with Shamrock 235. All right, Shamrock 235. It's a VIP transport mission in the style of Christmassy, and we want it to be funny, departing out of Shannon, going to Cork. Next page. Who is the VIP? Well, let's put in Muse fan. Why is VIP transport needed? The man needs to watch all Lord of the Rings movies before Christmas. Any special requirements? He will require a can of Fanta whilst airborne. What makes the transport important? Muse fan, for many years, has always wanted to see the Lord of the Rings, but for some strange reason, he has never had the chance. Today is his chance. There is there's a hotel in Cork City, that will provide Muse fan with a special viewing of all the Lord of the Rings movies. Number of people or victims, 1, right? Optional mission backstory. Brilliant. What makes it? Okay, backstory. Muse fan, the lad from County Louth, loves watching movies. But, alas, but has never had the chance to experience Lord of the Rings. Today, that will change. Special requirements. Low altitude, must avoid smooth flight. I don't know. Oh, wait, hang on. Mission backstory. What makes the transport important? Oh, hang on. Gibbo, when you see this. And also a new Flight Sim Tees hoodie. Brilliant. Smooth and, I don't know, smooth and on time. Right. Next. Review and create. We're going to create this mission. This is terribly exciting. Brilliant. Right. It's building the gadget. So what we need to do, let's see here now. Loading SkyOps. VIP, yeah, lovely. So we have our departure ATIS, our arrival ATIS. We can quick file it, we can pop it over to SimBrief, and we can accept the mission. Let's accept the mission. Are you sure you want to claim this mission? Yes, 1 please. Right, grand. Now, friends, wait me see this, right? So here we are in the 146, and we'll fire up a bit of SayIntentions here now. I'm delighted. I can't wait to see what happens here. Right, okay, that. Now, let us jump into the machine. Turn on the tablet. Oh, merciful hour, the tablet's gone dead. How do we fix this? Just Flight. No! How do we fix this? Battery? How do we fix the tablet, lads? I might need to restart this quickly. Yeah, she doesn't want to work. Restart. Now, let's see what happens. Where's this now? He might be using 2. Wait, what? 1 stream of the... Right, brilliant.
Refund?
No, shag off. There's no refunds. Right, now, let's have a look at this. Right, well, Jace, we're outside. Right, get in there now, good and tight. Yes. Plane, can you activate, please? There she be. Ping bong. Right, aircraft. Get the doors open. And get that GPU up and running, please. And let me see. Battery, Ivrahain. Ivra Doe. And external power with the green light coming on. Do you hear the lovely sounds? Avionics on, please. Turn on all the stuff, Murphy. Yes, turn on all the stuff. What else do you want to do here now? That looks good, that looks good, that looks good. Right, that looks good. So, now, let me see. Radio. Yes, we want radios. So, go down here to a radio. And we need to dial into 122.11. 122.11. 122.110. Right, let's see what happens here. SkyOps, Shamrock 235. We'd like to start our mission.
Mission is active. Your VIP is Andrea, a Muse fan heading to Cork City for a special Lord of the Rings movie event. Remember to provide the can of Fanta and Flight Sim Tees hoodie. Last mission you flew was a medical transfer to Dublin, and the hospital staff praised your smooth approach. Safe flight to Echo India, Charlie Kilo.
Right, safe flight. Good morning, Andrea. What can you tell us about today's flight? Brilliant! On me hand.
Good afternoon, Murph. Today's flight is a Christmas-themed VIP transport. We're taking a Muse fan from County Louth to Cork City for a special viewing of all the Lord of the Rings movies. It's all about keeping the flight smooth and on time with a can of Fanta and a new Flight Sim Tees hoodie for the passenger. Expect some festive sights along the way like Santa Claus, reindeer, and elves.
Now listen, Muse fan, well, he's like the Grinch. So how can we make sure he stays happy on this flight? Isn't that brilliant, isn't it? Brilliant.
Well, Murph, we can keep the Muse fan happy by ensuring he has his can of Fanta and the Flight Sim T's hoodie ready for him. Maybe some festive music or decorations could lighten the mood too.
Oh yeah. Andrea, can you tell Muse fan a Christmas joke? The Muse fan. I love it. Brilliant. Does she
Sure
know?
thing, Murph. Here's one for the Muse fan. Why was the snowman looking through the carrots? He was picking his nose.
Right. Ground is 128.1. Hang on a second. Jeez, that was a terrible joke. 121. Was it? 121.8. Shannon Ground, Shamrock 235. Request IFR clearance to Cork with our VIP Muse fan on board. What's going to happen here? What's the punchline?
I'm working on that clearance. Stand by.
Jeez, he didn't sound happy at all, did he? Poor old devil, the Muse fan. Isn't it brilliant? Andrea, I just hate these funny ones. That's brilliant.
3 Air Mike Romeo Oscar Charlie Kilo 2. Your latest flight plan on file with SimBrief has you flying out of a different airport. You'll need to file a new flight plan that has you departing from this airport.
Okay, I'll come back with a new flight plan. Thank you, Shannon Ground. Also, are you okay? You sound a little sad. I was just curious if autopilot would engage when upside down. Good. Clearances will tell you that they don't give a shag about who you...
Mike Romeo Oscar Charlie Kilo 2. I'm fine. Thank you for asking. Just let me know when you're ready with the new flight plan.
Roger. Andrea, I need to file a new flight plan. Can you make sure the Muse fan is preoccupied and happy?
Say again, please.
No, which now?
Got it, Murph. I'll make sure the Muse fan is entertained and comfortable while you handle the flight plan.
SkyOps, what can you tell me about today's flight? This is brilliant. And okay, it's one each at showing you what's possible, right? And we're going for kind of like the funny, kind of have a bit of crack with this. But you can kind of see like...
Today's mission is a Christmas-themed VIP transport from County Louth to Cork City for a special viewing of all the Lord of the Rings movies. Your VIP is a longtime Muse fan named Andrea, and you'll be providing a can of Fanta and a Flight Sim T's hoodie during the flight. The destination airport is Echo India Charlie Kilo, EICT.
Grand, right? Yeah, it's like you can like just think, lads, just think of what you can do with this. You know what I mean? Like, isn't it only brilliant? There's no runways in Louth. Irish, or listen, it's thinking, you know, the Muse fan, right, as opposed to Muse fan. It's the way I typed it in. I just think, right, from having a laugh with this, and you can absolutely have a laugh with this, right? But also, if you were to go the other way, if you were to turn around and say, well, look, what if I made this a serious and urgent flight? It could be that of cargo VIP, of course it can, but it can also be that for, you know, firefighting or also, you know, search and rescue or even a search, which kind of opens the world to a lot of possibilities here. For example, well, if there was something happening real world, right, you know, like the LA fires, all that, you know, travesty that happened last year, or maybe there's training happening in your local area, right? Well, you could feed that information into this now and actually take part virtually. And SayIntentions is able to kind of route the information based on what you're able to give it. This is brilliant. This is fantastic. I mean, whatever about before getting random missions, which you can still do, now you have a way of, well, okay, listen, today we're going to spend 2 hours using SkyOps, but during that, we have to take the president from this airport to that airport in between all of this. And you can choose when you want that mission to happen. Or indeed, you can be sat back here and say, right, yeah, the aircraft is loaded. We're just sitting here waiting. I got 20 minutes. Let's go ahead and put the SkyOps pager on, and it will give you a blast. It'll find you a mission and say, right, you're up. You're now doing this. This is incredible stuff. In particular, when you start looking at the upcoming aircraft releases, the likes of, I don't know when we'll see it, some stage next year, but you know that Aero Commander, right? We know that Black Square are working on that. Can you think about it? Sit yourself down in like Tucson, Arizona, and like just say, yeah, I got 30 minutes and I want to fly air ambulance missions tonight. It's class, right? It's class. So they're working on this. It's slowly but surely getting rolled out. There's other things they're working on here as well. I'll only give you a little look of it because it's not fully ready yet, right? Where is this now? If I go into settings, I just want to show you something else pretty cool, right? Because this is something that they're working on. So I've often been asked when I'm flying in the sim, you know, you might hear approaching runway 24, right? And that's known as the Runway Awareness Alert System. And there's a program that you can buy. It's called VRAS. Well, SayIntentions are working on their own version of the Runway Alert or Awareness Alert System. And this comes back from Brian using, you know, he's flying, he's hearing the stuff. Well, wait, I want that. So he's able to build it in. So they're working on this. Now, I'm not going to have the aircraft up and running, but to give you an idea, this is how it's going to sound.
On runway 296,700 feet remaining. On taxiway. On taxiway.
Right.
Approaching runway 28. Right.
And what we're going to have the options in which we can choose, well, what alerts do we want to hear? Right? Rolling down a big runway and it yells at you on taxiway. Yeah, that can happen. That can happen with VRAS. As I said, I've always used VRAS until Brian turned around and said, hey, look what I'm after doing. Like, what? This is huge. Brilliant. But like, this will be applicable to any aircraft. And that extra bit of alertness, I mean, if you wanted to, I mean, you could have this running on any sim session and even have ATC dialed down if you're on a VATSIM flight, or if you're using SayIntentions itself, you're going to have that RAS system up and running. I think this is genius.
On runway 296,700 feet remaining.
Right? And it's going to be applicable to the airport in which you're going to be at. It's reading the data the SayIntentions has, right? And it's just going to be part of the SayIntentions whole ecosystem. I think it's brilliant, right? Flamus, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. But I just wanted to show you those two bits from SayIntentions. As I say, lads, they are working on some incredible stuff in the back end. And as you know, if you were unsure, you know, how long do you wait in order to get these? As I said, they have these tiers, different levels of support, and they use them as like early access. And they'll tell you straight away, they'll say, hey, look, this is like experimental early access. We're only working on this, but it's available to you guys. Give us a bit of feedback, and that's what they do. So I have to commend them on it. It's just two awesome things. The mission creator, think of the trouble you'll get into. It's brilliant. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, you need to keep your eyes on it. And once I have more news of releases and whatnot, you'll know the story. So I thought very good indeed. Now moving on here abruptly. So this is the 146 Professional from Just Flight, and when I say there are 9 pages that I have, there are 9 pages, 2,216 individual words of all the things that they have added to this aircraft, which is a free upgrade if you already owned it back in 2020. If you don't own it, well, it's discounted if you'd like to buy it outright now, the 146. And it's kind of cool, right? Because visually, the aircraft has undergone a nice bit of refinement outside, right? They've tightened up textures, they've added kind of reflections, there's more detail gone into it. But they've also included the 2024 native walk-around mode in which you can remove the chocks, remove the before flight, covers, all that kind of jazz, which is nice to see, right? And you can open and close the doors from outside the aircraft as well. But looking at the aircraft, I mean, even how it's running, and I don't think I've ever struggled with performance with Just Flight's aircraft, but this thing is running like a song. Performance-wise, it is absolutely incredible. They've done a great job here. And to see so many updates, so many changes gone into this aircraft, which of course, you know, it's known as the Whisperjet. 4 engines, the baby, what do they call it? I don't say baby, there was another name for it. The baby Boeing or something. But the detailing on the outside, right? Well, it's also gone into the inside. So from our passenger cabin, And again, there's an absolute barrel load of liveries. There's all the different variants. Baby Jumbo, thank you, Zith. All the different variants of the aircraft. And what Just Flight have managed to dial in here, even the sounds have received tweaks. It's just excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And like, it's for free, lads. It's a free update. So yeah, very much looking forward to bringing this out on some more flights, because I mean, look at the flight deck in here. It's brilliant. Now there's other stuff we can do, right? So if we jump back into the cockpit, because yes, we have the usual kind of creature comforts now with the updated EFB, our operational flight plan, Navigraph connection is there with charts. We can go in and have a look at all the jazz, right? We can import the flight plan. It's just, everything's been updated. You have your paper checklists in which you can actually add your own to this if you wish. And you click them there, they go up to the center pedestal, then they go back down. You can move these guys around wherever you want them. How friggin' cool is that, right? Now, other things we have. How do we disappear this now? Is it that one or that one? Well done, Murphy. You've broken it now. Or do we just click here? Here we go. So checklists, and then we've other stuff we can put here, and then we can disappear it all back into there. Been pretty cool, right? But the details inside the cockpit, again, well, it looks fantastic, doesn't it? I mean, look at the detailing, lads. Refinements all over the shop. It's just done really, really well. And the 146, I mean, one thing I love about these aircraft, they're quite unique. They're not your standard Boeing or Airbus. I mean, these are unique airplanes, and they have their own kind of pet hates and behaviors, right? The audio panel has been updated as well, so we can go ahead and turn this gadget on. And if you want to listen to a bit of, you know, right, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So yeah, lads, if you haven't got this aircraft, you know, you need to grab it. You need to grab it because it's excellent, right? So let me see. The sounds, as I said, got a bit of a tweak. APU, we can go ahead and fire this guy up here as well. Let me see. APU, starter valve open, and we'll get an idea of the sounds. See the heat blare coming out? And she'll rev up. Great sounds in this machine. They recorded them from the live aircraft. Now, what else do we have? So all the engines and dials. You have 4 engines on this, so it's a little bit overwhelming at first. But then when you see it, it's like, no wait, I get it, right? Why is our screen after going absolutely crazy, strange, and weird? Weirdness, craziness, and strangeness has affected my OBS, but we're still live. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing some flights in this soon. But just to give you an idea of the updates and the upgrades, right? And like, there's a lot here. Upgraded to 2024 native package. Additional model LOD has been added to improve performance. They've added pre-flight walk-around support for 2024. Chocks, GPU, passenger service door, including the air stairs you can grab as well. Cargo doors and enter and exit the aircraft. The Just Flight version 3 of their EFB, which you can now move it around in different positions. Redesigned the EFB interface. You've Navigraph en route charts. You have the data entry logic for the aircraft page, and tons of updates when it comes to SimBrief import and your zero fuel weights. They can all now be edited in it, right? They've added the stair controls to the forward galley for a more realistic operation, so you can actually activate the air stair from the galley rather than going back to the tablet. They also added the air stair accumulator, reworked the air stair's controls. What else do we have here? Added correct external equipment configuration, i.e. the correct weights if you wanted to select the high frequency antennas, for example. They all have a direct impact but what it is the aircraft is doing now, which is this is just, you know, brilliant stuff, right? What else have they done? Added drum bounce animations to various drums in the cockpit. That's to do with like nav, course. Like if you were to turn on, even look at the flight directors coming on here. Like when you see the boing, wait for it. Right. Added oxygen depletion simulation, so the oxygen now works out. When am I taking out on VATSIM? Oh jeez, I'll have to learn it more, Malky, but this is definitely a plane I want to take on VATSIM. Jefferson 2001, the man, myth and legend, has rambled in. What news of the realm? He says, how are you, Murph and Fireflies? Happy hump day. I'm working here and lurking. Ooh. Jep, hope you're well, buddy. You're very welcome in. They fixed bugs with the weather radar. Cockpit textures have been updated. They fixed different registrations. They fixed minor bugs with the speeds flip chart. EFB configuration or a My texture improved the electrical system. Reworked the battery contact and bus bar logic. Extensively upgraded the electrical system for better accuracy. Improved passenger cabin electrical sources. The APU and GPU now initiate at 100% when selecting the turnaround state. Improved the air conditioning systems, improve the master warning systems, improve the APU, improve the call intercom system, improve the pilot callouts, improved hydraulic systems. That comes down to the PTU and hydraulic pressure depletion. AC pump is now powered by AC1 bus bar. Improved the low pressure annunciation page. Improved ice protection systems. The fuel system. Lads, the list goes on and on and on. And then, to put the cherry on the top, they've updated the lighting of this aircraft as well. This is a massive update. Huge. So much so. Right now. Cold Nebo, good to see you. 49 months, man. Cheers. Coffee. And you can see how the logic is. That wasn't working until I turned on the bus for the friggin' galley power. It's an amazing airplane. Absolutely amazing. And, well, it's available now. A free update. As our coffee's brewing in the background. Isn't it brilliant? Absolutely brilliant. But yeah. G Slayer, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. So we're going to move on. Johnny West, good to see you. New to the game, going through training. Am I crazy to try this with a mouse and keyboard? Yeah, it's going to be tough with a mouse and keyboard. If you have an Xbox controller, I'd give that a shot. 100%. Who boils their Guinness? Wait, what are you talking about? Right, so the 146 Professional, I'm going to be flying it more. After seeing it, yes, I want more of that, please. So what we're going to do now, lads, we're going to load in and we're going to have a quick look at Wanaka. And let's have a now look here, right? So I'm very, very looking forward to going to Wanaka in New Zealand next March because they're, every 2 years they have warbirds over Wanaka, right? And we're trying to organise a bit of a BAR event when we get over there as well. But just so happens, NZA Simulations, when it comes to their pro line stuff, they're making absolutely incredible sceneries. They have been doing so for some time now already, but they're now looking at their 2024 catalogue and they're starting to push out the updates. Wanaka, the region of Wanaka, well, that's the next one on the horizon, and they're hoping to get this released very soon. So what we're going to do here, we're going to have a quick look at it. Now, the Wanaka region isn't something brand new to Microsoft Flight Simulator. As I said, press some buttons. NZA have released this before, back in 2020. However, for the 2024 version, this is absolutely massive, right? So, just features, right? Give us some features. The post over on their Facebook page, to give you some backstory here. NZA Simulations are going to be releasing the Wanaka region version 2, which is for 2024, launching December 5th 1 year after the original release, NZA indie developer Stefan Belliard, I think it is, completely rebuilt Wanuka from the ground up. The definitive version, crafted exclusively for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, using the latest technology and their most advanced techniques ever. And we're starting to see this from a lot of developers. They're now starting to get their teeth into all the new features that Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 opens the door. And it's massive. It's huge in comparison to 2020. Anyway, it's not just an update, it's a full remake of the entire region. It's a free upgrade for all existing Wanaka Region owners, so that's incredible news. If you've already got this in 2020, this is a free upgrade. Excellent news, right? Over 5,000 square kilometres of handcrafted Southern Alps terrain. There's 9 airports, multiple heliports, including a brand new agricultural strip near the lake. They completely remade the Wanaka Airport with new tarmac displacement tech and stunning PBR texturing. Every custom 3D model has been rebuilt with optimised LODs, buttery smooth Flight Sim 2024 performance. Fully enterable airport buildings. You can walk inside with your avatar. 20 legendary mountain huts in the area. Full detailed interiors. French Ridge, Colin Todd, Aspiring, Brewster and so on. That Wanaka Tree, Redbridge, National Toy and Transport Museum with custom static aircraft and vintage vehicles. Ultra high-res photoreal ground textures, animated hangar doors, custom windsocks, new fertilizer loader models. The detail is insane, right? So they're going to drop out a trailer in a couple of days. 2 days, right? But let's go in and have a look at the place. Because, what do we know about it? Wanaka Airport serves the Wanaka Township located in the Otago region. Commercial scheduled flights operated by Sounds Air. The airport also hosts the Wings Over Wanaka air show biannually. And the airport is dedicated to be the home base of Otago High County Exploration with helicopters and light airplanes. In the region, we have included multiple POIs, including huts and other exciting locations for your adventure around Lake Wanaka and Lake, is it Hawaii? And beyond Mount Aspiring. For those with the NZA Simulations Milford Sound region, it's only a small hop out to the west to see that. Now, the key features, as I said, we've gone through them, and then there's even more. It's ridiculous. But I want to show you the map. Just have a look at the map. Because here's the region, right? And what they're showing you here, right? Well, you can see that you have, where is it now? Here's the airport, Wanaka, over here. But then you have different airstrips. You have the hotels, Ruby Island Dock, Fernburn Hut, Highland Creek Hut, Wanaka Lakes Medical Centre, Aspiring Helicopters Hangar. Like, there's tons, right? Wanaka, yeah. What am I saying? I say Wanaka. That's amazing. Look at the, 5,000 squared kilometres of stuff added into this. Absolutely brilliant. But let's go over and show you what it actually looks like, shall we? Because we're talking about detail and just how everything kind of comes together. And this is all part of their, where is it now? This is all part of NZA's Proline sceneries, which are just they're on a different level, lads. They're absolutely insane. And just class. I was very lucky. I visited it here in 2017, I think. And I just fell in love with Wanaka. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But yes, look, you can get into the buildings. I think in drone camera as well, yes. So you can kind of see the level of detail already starting to show, right? This is beautiful. It's beautiful. But I want to show you some of the cool stuff. I remember this, as I say, from 2017, because we went shooting across the road. There's a golf course and a rifle range across the road, and that has been modelled, right? There's a new cafe gone in on site, which I'm hoping they'll say yes for the BAR, right? There it is there. Then you have the Warbirds Over Wanaka office, which is there. Then you have all the different FBOs for the helis and so on. They're all located here as well, right? But look at the detail of this place. Is it walkable with the avatar? It is. Yes, it is. I mean, the detail is just stunning, isn't it? There's tons of stuff going on here. And all the, you can see it, look. Right? The detailing here is unbelievable. And like, look at the surrounding scenery. Like, this place is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. But as I say, if we tip across the road, that's where there's a rifle range and also there's a driving range. So you can, you can do some shooting and then go off and do some, a bit of golfing. And there's even people in for... Right? And then the rifle range out the back. And that's across the road, right? One thing, this is some crack. It was the museum and toy store thingy, right? This one here, the National Transport and Toy Museum. This is brilliant. These guys, so any movies or, high production movies that are done in New Zealand, they tend to talk to these lads because chances are they have the vehicles for them. But they also have a ton of aircraft. And when I say a ton of aircraft, they've lots of aircraft here, right? And real aircraft. Anyone know the name of this gadget? Ooh. I'm sure someone knows the name of that, right? And they have these little pedal cars. We went racing. I didn't get very far. The pedal cars tire you out fairly quick. Canberra. But in the museum itself, it's massive. The amount of cars and aircraft, he'd a boat, he'd yachts, he'd everything here. Absolutely incredible. Practical Geek, Brian, good to see you, buddy. Yeah, man, this is awesome. This is really, really awesome. And like, just how sharp and detailed everything is now in the 2024 version. This is incredible stuff. So that's where the Transport and Toy Museum is. All of these buildings have stuff in them, different vehicles. As I say, like, there's tons of cars, and like a lot of just a lot of cool stuff to go walking around and looking at. There is a MiG there. There's a MiG-15 there, and you see all the different cars and all the stuff. And I think it's still the same. Like, when I was there in 2017, they were still digging out the back. I don't know, like, they were going to extend the place, I'm unsure. But that's still accurate. But again, you can kind of see, all the different vehicles and stuff that they have there. They're all museum pieces. Right? No, I thought that as well, Scott. No, it's to be, they're planning to expand it. They're planning to expand it. But it's absolutely class to see it. So that's all part of the airport region, which is right next door to it, right? And like, this is it's one of 9 airports. Now, obviously, this is the most detailed because, well, it's the largest. It's the largest airport here, right? But the textures, the LOD and the performance here, considering what we're getting, like, it's absolutely insane, lads. Everything's sharp. It's crisp. It looks exactly the way it should. And it's just done so very, very well. I mean, look at the apron, look. The textures. It's bang on. And as I say, like, you're in a region, like, surrounding it, it's absolutely stunning. Gorgeous stuff going on here. What do we have over here now? Look, Alpine helicopters. There is a hotel down here as well, if memory serves me. Is that the hotel there? No, Wanaka helicopters. Like, look at the detail, look. They take you out to Milford Sound and Lake Wanaka. I thought there was a hotel on site. But anyway, you get the gist of it. But look at the cut of the place. And we've flown here already in the sim. Because it's just a gorgeous place to go flying. So this is where they're going to hold, or host, Warbirds over Wanaka in April 2026. Like, look at your surround, look. Isn't it stunning? So we'll have a quick look here at, where is it now? We'll have a quick look here at the nighttime stuff. Because, well, the night lighting is nice. Plenty of static aircraft and, like, there's loads going on here. Where's it now? Come on over here. Here we go. I don't think the airport operates at night time anyway. No, it probably doesn't. But you get the idea. Isn't it absolutely class? Like, the detail, lads. It's and do you know, it's the sharpness of it. It's one thing having detail, but I think they've nailed how everything should kind of look, how sharp things should look. It's just done very, very well. So no Skodas though. I was very upset. They're as I said, this is going to release on the 5th. If you have the Wanaka region in 2020, it's a free upgrade. And if not, if you're looking to get it, price wise, I think they said it. Did they say the price? Did. Did they announce the price yet? Maybe they did. It isn't roadblocks, right? It's class though, isn't it? It's absolutely class. I can't remember if he told me the price or am I just guessing it, so I won't say it. But I would imagine it's somewhere in and around the region of about 20 bucks. Give or take. Do you know? It's done very, very well. There was a sign somewhere about all that, about the museum. You're not a scenery buyer, but you might start. It's just excellent. It's absolutely, it's done so very, very well. And the fact that it's a region, don't forget, lads, this isn't just the airport, it's an entire region. So, I mean, you want to base your heli out of here, you want to go flying, it covers 5,000 squared kilometers. And like, flying helis up to all the different mountain huts, the different trails. And then when you ramble into Wanaka itself, I mean, lads, look at the state of the scenery down here, right? I get us onto the beach. I stood on this beach. But it was like April and it was cold, so I didn't go swimming. But you get the idea, right? But like, can you just for a second say, imagine that view? Isn't that just spectacular? Don't know how to do it, but they do it. And like, that's 2024 at play here, look. Look at this, look. Unbelievable. So that's Lake Wanaka, and then you can kind of see all the different snow trails and stuff. And there's ski lifts and like there's some cool stuff in the region. Absolutely beautiful. And they've tons of other little sceneries, little heliports where the hospital is. They've tons of stuff coming in. So on the 5th, which is what? Friday, I would strongly recommend you guys look at this. If you have the 2020 version already, it's a free upgrade. If you haven't got it, I'd highly recommend you start looking at it, because we're going to do a fair bit of content over this neck of the woods, because we need to go exploring where I'm going on my holidays, and I need your input. You know, I'll ask him to put in a Skoda. Yeah, very important. Oh, very important. Just go with the sun or the clouds. So there you have it, Wanaka. Isn't it gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. Right, moving on. I'm going to press some buttons now. Jesus, I've controls all over the shop. Ooh. Main menu. And what we're going to do now, friends, we're going to fire up the old PlayStation. And hopefully this works and doesn't break. You'll be lucky. We are lucky. In you go, you big. Now, first and foremost, do we have audio working? Jesus, buttons all over the place. We do have audio working. Right, grand. Now, in order for myself not to confuse myself, I'm going to put away some of my controls and appear other controls, right? So, what we have here, this is Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 on a PlayStation 5 Pro, right? And it's loading up doing the stuff, and these are my peripherals, right? And I just got booted from the servers on PS5. Oh no! Right, well, let's see what happens. It's still early access, so they're working on it. Now, here's one for you. So, Microsoft Flight Simulator, and you'll see the different trailer. It's pretty nice. If you have a PlayStation 5, and this is your first time getting into Microsoft Flight Simulator, well, the first thing I'd highly recommend you do is take time off work. The second thing, go out and get yourself, a very cheap, affordable USB mouse and keyboard, and just make sure it's compatible with the PlayStation 5. This is the little USB dongle, put it into the back of your PlayStation, and before you know it, you have keyboard and mouse, which will enhance your flight simulation experience. And the reason why I'm saying that is, yes, the controller will do everything you want it to do. Of course it will. But navigating around some of the menus, if you want to delve into some of the systems, particularly that of the aircraft, well, a keyboard and mouse will definitely help you, right? I could barely take off in the PS5. What's new? Really? Let's see what happens. Again, if you're transferring from PC onto like PlayStation, because you know you can operate all of this literally sitting on your couch, right? Well, make sure you turn on some of the assists to help you. Some of the assists to help you. All right. So yeah, the keyboard will definitely help you out. So keep me honest on our audio. Is everything working okay, lads? It is. No crackling. So very familiar to what we have on the PC variant, right? Activities, and we're going to have a look in there in a moment because they're actually very, very good. Again, if you don't want to be using your controller, well, I can use a mouse, and it should detect my mouse straight away. There she be. There's my mouse. All right. And you have your usual options as you would expect, but about the game options, people were asking questions like, "Oh, what do you have your graphics set to?" Well, on console you're limited. PC, you'll always have options. It's an historically accurate when it comes to PC options. You should just have more, right? So we have a couple of familiarities here, but HDR if you want it on or off, right? Because I'm streaming this, I have it off. Seatbelt visibility. It's just an extra bit of thing that they draw. I don't know why it's there. I have mine off. But in terms of like, oh, do you have like, you know, scenery cache, or you know, what's your LOD set to? They're all locked. They're all locked behind the sim because, well, the sim is always going to try and get you the best when it comes to frame rate and performance. So it locks it. In one way, I'm very happy about that. In another way, I'm like, but you'd like to see more of this and less of that. But in one way, I'm happy about it because how long do we spend tinkering with our settings? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so graphics are all there, online stuff pretty much there. It's just when it comes to like your scenery cache or rolling cache doesn't exist, right? Flight model as you would expect, so modern or otherwise, and then your flight interface. And as I say, that's where you turn on or turn off some stuff, right? So what I would do, I mean, I turn off the markers, city markers, I turn off the HUD. But there's no reason why you can't have it on. These are just my own preferences. The assistant says I have turned some of these on. Auto rudder, I've put it on because I've no rudder pedals. Auto trim, I've put it on, especially for the flights that I'm doing, just kind of hanging around the place, right? And then there's another, other bits and bobs that are there. Disable crash damage, disable aircraft stress. I always keep that off, right? Aircraft stress if you want, but if you're using a controller, you'll find that you know, especially starting off, you could be, banking controls fairly hard and all this kind of stuff. So in terms of the options, far less than what you would have on PC, but enough because, well, it's controlled. The hardware dictates what's going to be happening here, and Microsoft have said, well, it's the same on Xbox. This is how it works on console, right? So we'll go into free flight. We're in a 172, and sure, why not go down to Wanuka? Which is base sim. This is without the fancy NZA simulations. We'll just load in, and we were down here at we're down here at the lake. So we'll start off airborne, right? Because I just want to show you everything running. So let me see. Weather, we can go custom. Time of day, local should be, that's okay. We can go with live weather, right? All players or group. We'll go all players. Again. With PlayStation, the only options you have for multiplayer are for those who are currently on PlayStation. It's a PlayStation to PlayStation multiplayer network. So if you're on the Xbox, you're on the PC, you guys are fine with crossplay, but you cannot crossplay to PlayStation and you can't crossplay from PlayStation out. It's where we're at, lads. It's a shame, but let's see what the future holds, right? So, ready to fly. Give everything a few moments. All right. And here we are now in the sim. And it's a beautiful clear day. We were down there just a few minutes ago, looking out onto the lake, right? So here's the region running on PlayStation. And I have to say, it's very, very nice. It's not going to be up at the same level, that I'm used to on a PC, right? That's completely That's completely understandable, right? But generally, moving around where your eyes are looking, right? You know, I haven't encountered any major performance issues with stutters or otherwise. It's been running actually pretty sweet, right? Albeit at a slower frame rate than I'm used to, but it's still working just fine, right? What else do we have? Like in terms of just like kind of generally navigating around, as I said, everything can be done with the controller if you wish, right? Everything's done with the controller. Or if you have a mouse, but sure, the mouse just makes things way more easy, especially if you're trying to get into like this sort of crack, right? So let's say we turned off live weather, and let's say, I don't know, give us a few clouds, right? And maybe change the time of day just to give us a bit of atmosphere, right? And before you know it, lads, flying Microsoft Flight Simulator on the PlayStation suddenly becomes absolutely gorgeous. And I mean gorgeous, right? Because you can kind of see from the details here now. And even like, you know, messing around with some of the different camera stuff that we can do. I'm sure there's binds that I can mess around, but even like we go into the... I wonder, is that a bug? So yeah, I think I found a bug. If you try and change the camera externally, you have to go back into the cockpit to do it. Or at least that's what's happened on my side, but I couldn't tell you if it's... Maybe it's a bug. We don't know. But you'll get the idea here now in a moment, right? As we're flying along. And just seeing how everything in the world looks. It's very smooth, loads of detail. The lighting is absolutely insanely good. And like aircraft control, the advantages of the PlayStation, things harden up. So you know your trigger buttons L2 and R2, right? They actually get very firm, either when you're picking up ground speed, or when airspeed is hitting off the aircraft. So it's responding to all of that, which is nuts. MDA, thank you very much indeed, you absolute mad lad. Tier 3 for 35 months. Thank you very, very much indeed. Cheers, buddy. What else? So yes, we can activate the gyroscopic gadget rudder. Watch this now. So here's the gyroscope. Now it's a little bit bejany, but if you have a look, I'll hold the controls up so you can see it, right? So let's level off there. So if I want to bank to our left, I'll just turn the controls ever so slightly to the left.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
So you're actually able to use the PlayStation 5 controller as its own input without worrying about buttons. And it's a lot of fun, because it's a very different way to experience flying, right? You turn that off again. And there's other buttons here we can mess around with, setting up your views, for example, right? I mean, it's if you've flown with a controller before, you're going to get the idea where your quick views are. As I say, you put something like a keyboard and mouse in there, Asher, is a different kettle of fish altogether. Like if I want to move around using the mouse, I mean, this is all very familiar territory, moving around and what options I have, and do you know what I mean? It's everything that you would expect to have. Without the mouse, might be a bit of a steeper learning curve, but very doable, you know. But yeah, I was just blown away by how well it just works. Like here we are on a PlayStation with Flight Sim 2024. It's nuts, absolutely nuts. So we'll do a bit of exploring here now, looking at the lovely time of kind of day, and do you know what I mean? Absolutely gorgeous. If you flip the controller, does it go inverted? No. Well, it might. I'm not going to try it. Well, I will, but not yet. I mean, it's very pretty, isn't it? I'm Martin Degree, good to see you. Welcome aboard. mean, well, it's on a PlayStation, sitting on your couch. So I'm sure you can see how smooth everything's moving. It's very pretty, it's very nice. Pretty much what you'd expect or hope to have, you know, on a console version of Microsoft Flight Sim, right? But okay, listen, that's all well and good. We're out in the sticks. But we go somewhere with a bit of photogrammetry, because that really does push it. So let's see here. Let's go to Tokyo, because I think the some of the scenery in Tokyo has been, in terms of photogrammetry, some of the best I've ever seen, right? So we'll come on up here now, and we'll start flying over Tokyo. Now, this is depending heavily, of course, on your internet connection, the speed of the internet connection, right? So, well, let's go in here. We're going to be airborne here, and let's see what this does. Is there any way to see what FPS you're getting? I can use third-party stuff, so like I can see from, I can see what's being fed to this using the capture card, right? So this is it. I'm capturing this. The source is 1080 by 120. I'm capturing this at 60, right? So give the photogrammetry a moment to load in. Now, you have to remember as well, there are a lot of advantages to running a vanilla sim. Oh, that's loading so fast. Mine takes 6 weeks to load. This is a vanilla sim. There's nothing on it. It's out of the box. So, you know, pinch of salt, right? So, let's give this a second. I mean, like, would you look at the absolute hack of this, lads? Isn't it absolutely insane? Photogrammetry, man. On a PlayStation. So anyone looking forward to Sim Update 4, it's very much on the way. Soon, hashtag exclamation point in hieroglyphics stamped by ye old scroll. I mean, look at that. Unbelievably good. Time, you ask? Isn't that only class? Look at the cars on the road, look. Xbox has the same capabilities here. I mean, the reality is, this is Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 running on console. There are massive advantages to PlayStation, primarily to do with its DualShock controller. It is incredibly good. It's very intuitive, and the fact that you get all that feedback on your controls, it's very, very good. I mean, you know, cutting the power of the engine, the controller shakes like mad, as in rumbles, yeah? Increasing the power, you can feel that movement, so you're getting feedback directly, you know, into your hands, right? But what do you think, lads? Now, granted, right, you know, where you're at in terms of ultra, medium, high, low, I couldn't tell you. But it kind of reinforces the fact as well, I think. You know, when we're using Microsoft Flight Sim, a lot of you know, we always tend for the best possible graphics. But it's important to note, the sim looks absolutely gorgeous on most settings. Like, it really does. I mean, this is all photogrammetry as well. So, okay, if you have a slow internet connection, you'll probably struggle here. You'll see a lot more kind of triangles with the LOD as they load in, right? But, I mean, we're over Tokyo, which is the newest world update, with some of the best photogrammetry I've ever seen in the sim, right? And, okay, we're in a Cessna, but it's running just fine. Just fine. And like that lighting, oh man alive. It's pretty good, right? Like the hope and the dream and the wish would be the likes of the, you know, third party stuff that we've become so accustomed to. We rely on them almost. The likes of SayIntentions, the likes of your Navigraph. Navigraph will get in there. SimBrief, that'll all get in there because we know that's already native in a lot of aircraft. And the working title lads, they'll no doubt have all their stuff running when it comes to Lido charts. I mean, look, we can access the EFB here, and we can get into flight planning. We can plan flights from directly in here, right? Live. There's charts in there if we want to go in and have a look at the charts. I mean, it's all there, right? We have access to the full EFB. I mean, that's already there. The inbuilt EFB is already very good. You know what I mean? But, yeah, I think it looks pretty good. My number one wish is to have cross-platform multiplayer. I absolutely agree with you, my friend. Captain Arash, good to see you, buddy. And you know what, lads? Like, I would say the Microsoft Flight Sim team, they feel the way, they feel the same. We all want to be able to fly together. It's just the way the infrastructure is. Maybe it's a timing issue. Maybe there's red tape, bureaucracy. We don't know. We just don't know. It is what it is. You know. I mean, I would love if we had crossplay. I would absolutely love that. It's one of the only kind of things when I went, oh really? What can you do? Hopefully, you know, wishful thinking. Maybe. I mean, who knows, right? We've seen it on other games or whatever. It'd be amazing if that could happen, but who knows? Mr. Chippy, good to see you. Mr. Chippy. If I take out my old PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3 and hook them up together, you'd be laughing then. That'd be a PlayStation 5, yeah. 100%. Big Al, good to see you. Great to see on PS5. However, really, when you are having issues with a sim on PC, the solution is not to add another device. That won't fix the issues. Yeah. You're not alone in what you're saying there. When people saw, you know, the announcement that Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 was going to PlayStation, my take on that one is, though, you know, the game development kit updates, that Sim Update 16 or World Update 16, or I even started them introducing this over a year ago, and it's not like this is the PlayStation version. This is the same sim ported over with enhancements in certain areas for PlayStation's architecture, namely the controls, right? Namely the controls. I mean, the marketplace is there. They use Simverse coins. multiplayer isn't there. That's as I say, like multiplayer is there, but cross-platform multiplayer isn't a thing. That's unfortunate, right? But any update you see them drop for Microsoft Flight Simulator, that's the core product. Then they get pushed to consoles. Like that's how it works. What's great about this for our hobby is hopefully the massive influx of new flight simmers who get to experience what we have, right? Mr. Minimite says it was the lack of cross-platform or ability to transfer marketplace purchases that killed the PS5 idea for me and has swayed me to finally get a proper PC. PlayStation VR was tempting though. Yeah. So PlayStation VR for Microsoft Flight Sim on the PlayStation is definitely a thing. Obviously not at release. That's something that they're aiming for next year. But I mean, that's going to be huge as well, right? But yeah, I think, as I say, like whatever are the stumbling blocks, that red tape or whatever, boundaries are there, be it from the marketplace transfers or cross-play, right? And also that of the multiplayer side of it. I would never say never. Let's see what happens over the coming months and years. I mean, you just wouldn't know, What's my internet speed? So the PlayStation is running off a 1 gig connection. So it's a gig connection. Flight Sim and Truck Sim coming to console. Yeah, absolutely. It's brilliant. Now, Mr. TPHI wanted to know if I invert these controls. Yes, your answer is yes, Mr. TPHI. You'll spill your drink and it goes everywhere. Right? Having an internet connection is needed. Having a fast internet connection is ideal. If you have kind of, 100 minimum 100 megs. Now they'll say less will do, but like minimum 100 down shouldn't be too bad. This is all photogrammetry, therefore, all the scenery all the scenery is internet fed, A ton 50 down does you fine? Brilliant. A mortal degree depends on where you are in Ireland. Like they're doing the national broadband thing. Like I'm very lucky where I am. I have a 1 gig connection with one provider, but I have a 5 gig connection, which is fiber, with another provider. Look at the state of this PlayStation. Now, that's the general nice flying around and, free flight, as what the vast majority of us flight simmers do. However, and this is going to be opened up even further, because I want to show this off. These are the activities, because there's one new one that's going to be opening up very, very soon on release, and we've already seen a video of this, and it is that of... where did it go? There it is. The Red Bull Air Races. And this is a ton of fun, and I'll show you why, right? So where we go? We go to Monument Valley, right? And have a look at this. Now, there's leaderboard activity there already, but again, it was just the guys who had early access to it. But I want to just give you a snippet of what you can do here, because this is incredibly addictive, and I didn't think it would be, right? Oh no, I'm after moving down to free. Kenko is ahead of me, I don't believe it! Ah, Jesus, Kenko's ahead of me in the list, look. Can't be having that. Right. So the Red Bull Air Races, right? Monument Valley, and some of the things we can do. So it's a time trial, it's a time attack, effectively, right? We can go down here and change our aircraft. And I like this, right? So ramble over here now and we have a look at changing our aircraft. He's smaller, he creates less drag. That's what I can't believe he's ahead of me. When did he do this? So obviously the Edge 540 is there, right? Version 3 and version 2, and we also have the MXS in here as well. But let me see, we'll go with the Edge 540 version 3. Yes. Isn't that cool? They give you like the little pit lanes and stuff. Where's the pit babes? I'm just saying, right, get in there now, we'll go with you, thanks. And now we're going to start the challenge. Now we can go into like practice mode and show you what to do, and you have various difficulty options. You can turn, you know, the assists on or off, visual assists on or off. You can do all those things as well, right? Malky, you take care, my dude. But these races are incredibly addictive, especially when you start seeing your friends' names on the leaderboard, right? Right, get in there now. Smoke on. And you have to be straight going through. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no! Oh, no, I got a penalty. My wings weren't straight. This will take me a minute to relearn how to do this. Not level through the gate. Listen, should be grand, right? Easy now, yes. Right, that's somewhat straight. Yep, you devil, you. Oh, Jesus, mind the ground. Oh, no! All right. Easy now. Yes. I need a joystick. Easy now.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Oh no, I've missed the second thing, look. Oh no! We're still alive. I don't know how. I don't know. Missed the gate. Jeez, we're having a bad night of this, lads. We're too low. Wait now. Oh yeah, this is horrendous. Don't make it look too easy, Murph. You know. Oh no, I'm just stop. Oh, so I'm going to restart this anyway. Right. And I blame the plane. I blame the plane. Right, here we go. Yes. Right, smoke on. Now, Murphy, you big eater, concentrate. Through the first gate. Yes. Second gate. Little bit high. Easy now. Get around the corner there, you muppet. Yes, now we're looking a little bit better. Wings level. Don't kill the plane. Jesus. Easy now. Do you ever fly these planes like when you're not doing the Red Bull stuff? Easy now. Wings level. Turn. Oh, too high. Too low. That's a little bit better. It takes practice. It takes freaking loads of practice. Right, get in there now. Wings level. Oopsie daisy. Don't exceed the G limit. Oh no, we nearly did. Right. We need to go through here straight. Can you do it without the arrows like a pro? Yeah, in me dreams. Right, there's the course complete. 1:06. For God's sake. Kenko got 1:03, I think. How did he get 1:03? You know. Oh, jeez. I've to beat 1:03. Try it with the gyro controls. The question is, can you do it right? Now, I don't know. Is it aircraft specific? We'll try that plane again. We'll give it one more batch, right? This is going to be a lot of fun. It's a time trial, but they're difficult. They're proper difficult. Right, get the speed up there now, Jemima. Smoke on, because you need to have the smoke on, and you get penalties and stuff, as I say, if you don't do it correctly, right? And you want to be careful with the turns. That's where I'm losing time and speed, you see. So hang on now. Go on, Jemima. Yes. Easy now. A little bit low. A little bit fast. Easy now. Yes. I'm losing time at that turn. Yeah, that's the ticket right there, look. All right, into this fella. Straighten up. Lock around. See the freaking G meter goes off the Easy now. There's buttons being pressed. Easy now. Allow myself to up to divil you. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. All right. 55 seconds in. Oh, Jesus. Easy now. Wings level. Yes. 103. No, I'm not going to do it again. Balls. Still 106. But you get the idea, right? Mr. Chippy, thank you very much indeed. Cheers. 55 months. A 106.8. My best time was a 106.7. The turns, yeah, it's the turns, yeah. 6 knots, thank you very much indeed. 54 months, cheers, buddy. But you get the idea, sorta, right? And then we can go back and try different tracks, different aircraft. If we do this one at Spellberg, Austria, right? And we'll change our aircraft here now in a second as well. I'm going to be equally bad at this one, don't you worry. But let it load up here and we'll give it an L shot. I'm 8th. 8th, right? Right, we're moving down the L ranking. 4.5 years of watching this Egypt. Does it to you? It does. No, not yet. Not released yet. It's going to be out on the 8th of December. So we're going to change our aircraft now for this run, just to see what happens, right? You have to be Cowtown. Did you see the times of Cowtown? I don't know how he did it. I was going to drop a comment on his channel earlier. You know, what's up with your times? You're too fast. And then it's like, no, that's going to be like, don't start the trash talk yet, Murphy, right? Right, we're going to go for the Australian-built airplane. The Aussies are fast, right? Let's see what happens now. We're in the MXS-R. The Australian machine. This will be fast, right? Get in there now. Max Verstappen mode. Or who else is equally as fast? Oh, look, there's low-hanging cloud here to add to the challenge and immersion. Right. Smoke on. And here's a track I haven't properly rehearsed. Oh, Jesus. This plane, it's... Oh! Okay, she moves differently. This moves very differently. Easy now, Murphy. Get easy now. Yes. No. Yes. Keep her straight. Up your hill. Up your divil yet. Follow the line. Imagine if you didn't have those lines. I'm just saying. Easy now. Speed and, you know, mind the ball. Oh, Jesus. Right. Now, easy. Here we go again. Upsie daisy. No penalty, so we're doing so. Where do we go? Oh, we go this way. Easy now. Right, around it. This looks a lot harder than it is. Yeah. Oh. Right. Don't hit the gadget. We're still not through it. Wings were just about level there. Right. Oh. Get down. Follow the thing. Yes. Yes. Give me all the speed you have in the world. Oh, we're not finished yet. Look, we need to go this way. Oh, keep them straight. Yes. Mind the ball. Oh, Jesus. 114, look. And Shaney. It looks a lot harder than it is, but it does. It absolutely does. Look at the animation here. Oop, you divil you. Where did I get? A 116. I'm 8th place. How did Cowtown do it? Right, we'll give it another bash now. That was just the warm-up, lads, right? You're all rooting for me, I can feel it. Right, we'll try this one more time, and then it's bedtime. Right, but, you know, can we get better than a 113? That, my friends, is the question. Right, let's see. Smoke on. Get around the corner here now, you divil you. Yes. No, that's the ground, Murphy. Oh, Janie! Oh, Jesus! I was just showing off the ground. Right. It's a shaky start, lads. I'm not going to lie. It's a shaky, shaky start. Just one more go. It's a bit like that, though, isn't it? Okay, that was kind of tidy through there, look. Yes. Right, up over to the... Let's go up to the down bit. Yes! No! Yes! Come on, Betsy, you can do it. Now, turn us this way. And around the side of the parish we go. Easy. Yes. Yes. Now, keep those wings straight. Yes. There's 1 minute in already. Mother of Janie. Loads of speed. Come on, Jemima. 106. What do we have to beat? 113? 110? 111? 112? Ah, no, we're not going to beat it. 115, after crying out loud. I'm just saying, we came closer that time. I did get a new high score, did I? Personal best. I got a personal best. Brilliant. Right? You get the idea. This is going to be released now to all flight sim pilots in a couple of days. But I wanted to show you, because you can see it on the console, how good it works. Brilliant, right? So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how you got, because like, however, we've done this before. We've tried racing, in which I failed miserably. But eventually, you know, I kind of, you know, well, I let you win. Yeah, let's be honest about it. I let everyone win. You know, it's. I go with the popular vote. But no, like even doing Formula One, I was all brilliant until, you know, suddenly I'm not, and you lot are beat me all of the time. But now I'm excellent at this. But that'll last now as long as not long, and then you'll all pass me out. So from a community perspective, I loved the idea of what they did in 2020 with Reno. But because you were racing against other pilots live and you couldn't necessarily select who you wanted to fly with, this is different because you're now out to get your best possible score. And we can all start comparing it, because we can actually go by looking at the leaderboard. You can go in and have a look at when it comes to your friends or similar aircraft or similar, well, kind of stuff. And if you wanted to learn more about the Red Bull air racing, right? I mean, there's a ton of information in this, right? So if we go into Red Bull, right? How to play. What's that button do? Use the mouse. There we go. How to play. I mean, look at the information. Look at the rules. It's huge, right? It was officially launched back in 2003. The Red Bull Air Race World Championship has become globally renowned as one of the most exhilarating motorsports series on the planet. Right? Pilots are required to complete a 5 to 6 kilometer long track as fast as possible while navigating between several air gates in a specific order. Failure to do this correctly results in penalty scores or penalty seconds being added to the race time, and for more serious breaches of the rules, pilots could even be ruled as DNF or did not finish and will have no result time. So they go ahead and start teaching you about the stuff, right? The difficulty you want, the rule sets you want, and then the track layout. Novice pilots have reduced penalties for various infractions. Infractions which could cause a DNF are reduced to penalties or trigger a back-to-track aircraft reposition, right? The race course is modified to make it easier. I've done all of this on like easy. Then you can go to expert, or you can go true to life. Pilots experience all the same rules and penalties as the Red Bull pilot would, while flying the same course as the Red Bull pilots flew. Track entry, smoke on before entering the track, your starting gate, wings level, and height and rotation is important. And you can see this. Make sure to pass a double gate with the pilot's head in the upper 40%. Gates must be passed with the aircraft flying with level wings, and they'll give you some. It's an immediate, like, knife edge turn to get those wings level. Pretty cool, right? Chicane pylons and alternate gates. The chicane is a series of pylons which must be flown in an order. The quadro gate is a set of 4 pylons placed in the grid, which be passed with a knife edge, as in that way, right? And then you have the other ones, the knife gate themselves. Vertical maneuver, the most difficult maneuver. Pilot must take off vertically and then spin the plane back around until level again facing the course. And then you can see all the different race penalties. How they deduct points. This is a fully fledged system. It's great to see. It's not just point it in the right direction and see what happens. You know what I mean? Alright, come here. We go to Abu Dhabi for the crack. We'll have one more go. And then it's bedtime. And we'll see what happens. Just got up from recovery nap, seeing Red Bull running. Italian Road says, sorry for the off topic. Do you have any idea about the frame rate on uncapped mode? I haven't seen it. Wait, I'm not even on this list. What happened there? How is the Cowtown in minute 10? I'm not even in the top 14. Right, what do we need to beat? A 123, lads. We need to beat a 123 to get onto that leaderboard. This is going to be hilarious. Look at Abu Dhabi, isn't it lovely? Formula One's on there this weekend, lads. Right. Smoke on. Wings level. Oh, it's a little bit low, see that? Right. Up the hill now, Murphy. Wings level. And you want to be careful not to exceed any of the G's as well, because they give out to you for doing that. Easy now. I can't wait for this to be on the PC. At least have me joystick then, I'll be even worse. Up! Jesus! Straight wings. Oh no, there's the... Jesus, there's the ground. Easy now, easy. Now, have we to be sideways through this? Little high. Too high. Balls! I was too high! We're after getting a 2-second penalty. This is not going to fare well for me at all. Can you imagine trying to do this in real life? I don't know how to do it. Easy now. Easy now. Easy. Wings level. There's me. Jesus, there's me turn. I need to watch the owl sensitivity there and the owl left thumb. She's gone a bit mad, isn't it? Right. But we got a 2-second penalty on that as well. My missus wants to go to Abu Dhabi. The best I can do is Derby. Not... I'm on the leaderboard with a 2-second penalty. So hang on, I could have got a 119. That would have put me into the top 10. We'll do it again. We'll do it. This is the last one now. I'm going to bed after this, right? What'll this be like on a force feedback? Dude, imagine that. What would it be like in VR? Could you imagine? Right. Smoke on. Easy now, Murph. Let's see what we can do here. So, watch. Try not to get a penalty. I crashed. That's the biggest penalty of them all. What a muppet. Terrible, isn't it? Jeez. Yeah, come on, Murphy. Yeah. You'll go far in this. Yeah. Right, we'll try it again. Oh, come on, Jemima. Right, smoke is on. Easy now. Let's try that without crashing. Yes.
Can I get a refund?
There's no refunds. You can shag off. Wings level. Up and over. Easy now. Yes, easy now. Down a little bit low. There we go. Don't be too high. Wings level. Mind the ground. Wings level. Oh, Jesus. Easy. Don't be too high. Ah, no! Too high through the gate. Another 2-second shagging penalty. Let's see how we go, though. Even with our extra penalties. You can see how competitive it is, you know, and I'm not competitive at all. Easy now. Yep. I was too high to that. I'm raging. This is the one that's catching me out. Easy now. That was better. Anyone else tilting their head? I'm doing it as well. It's terrible, isn't it? Right, what did we get there now? Was that faster? It was a 118, look. A 118 with 2 seconds. A 118.382. That'll put us into 10th place. Anyway, we get the idea. Isn't it loads of fun? Isn't it like F1 Follow the Lions was close? Kinda, yeah. No, it's going to be a lot of fun, lads. You're going to enjoy it. I think this is going to be released to the world when the PlayStation version is released to the world December 8th, I think. But looking at, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 on the PlayStation, all the activities that we know and love are there as well. The flight training stuff, but the landing challenges, discovery flights are all there. Plus you have the World Photographer mode, the Challenge League is there, career mode is there, right? And of course you have free flight as well, which you can fly literally anywhere, In terms of getting to the aircraft, depending on the version of the sim you have, there's the Boom XB1, for instance. But yeah, it's all the default aircraft, and that's not a bad thing. The default aircraft, you go back through the years of any flight sim when they release the default aircraft. These are by far the most detailed default aircraft we've ever seen in a sim. I mean, the detail on them, the sounds, the modeling, it's all incredible. But anyway, lads, that is going to stall the ball for tonight, but I want to thank you all so very much indeed for tuning in. Tonight, yes, we checked out some new features from SayIntentions with the SkyOps Mission Builder. That was loads of fun to bring the Muse fan to Lord of the Rings in Cork with Coke and a Flight Sim Tees hoodie. We checked out the 146 Professional, the updated version from Just Flight, and then we saw Wanaka, the entire region, Wanaka region for 2024, which is on the way from NZA Simulations. It's going to be absolutely incredible. So we'll have more of this PlayStation content because I finally figured out how to make the gadget work on the capture cards, and be very proud of me. But it is definitely a lot of fun. And you know what? For me, this is all running on its own little window. And it's something I could never properly get with the Xbox. So I could be running two sims simultaneously, so I don't know how we're going to manage to get crossplay in there, but maybe there will be options that I can set the aircraft up, stick it onto autopilot, and we can, go between each sim. Maybe bit of work involved, but I think that could be an option. I mean, if you're on the PlayStation and you want to fly with the Fireflies, I'm going to try and see if we can do something like this. Yes, model matching, yes, liveries, all that headache is going to exist, but at least if we're all flying together, that's what it's all about. So yeah, if we kind of stick it on to autopilot, we'll see how we go. But yeah, tons of fun to see PlayStation now get Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. It's a great thing for our hobby. It really is. So, if anyone's new coming into the community, maybe you are new, or, we might get new folks coming in. Well, don't forget where we all started some years ago. So, help people out, right? That's what we're very much known for in our community. We're very easygoing, we're laid back, and we're a friendly bunch who like sharing tips and ideas. And of course, slag Murphy. Right, so on that note, we're away now. We're back tomorrow, lads. 11 Zulu tomorrow morning. We're going to be streaming some Navigraph Academy. We'll carry on from last week's lesson. And then tomorrow night, we're taking the DC-6 out on VATSIM. Ooh, flying to Minneapolis. And then we have a group flight coming up on Friday night. We're going to Newfoundland. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So as always, guys, thank you all so very, very much indeed for tuning in, for keeping us company. And a shout out to Xbox for providing me with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 to be able to show you guys how it operates on the PlayStation. So again, if you have any questions, ramble on over to our Discord, !Discord. If you have any questions, what was covered tonight, or you'd like to see something indeed featured, just let me know over that. Right, until then, you take care.
You shouldn't be.
Do you need a hand?
No, I don't need a. Do I need a hand?
It's heavy, yeah. Jesus, Murph! Alright, ball right.
Hey, Rambog is here. Good to see you, man. Did I miss anyone else? Oh, Jesus, watch what you're doing, Murphy. I know! The dreaded chat! I know! See what happens? Did you see it? Collider is here. Larry red, Larry yellow. I know!
I've had enough of this wowdy, webble, sniggering behavior. Silence! Call yourselves Praetorian guards. You're not. Seize him! Seize him! Blow your noses and seize him! What did Spartacus say when a lion scoffed his wife? Nothing. He was Gladiator.